Live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule. Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
If you're not careful with where we're at, you start grading the wins. Because that's how you continue to get better. We got our standards. But you also got to step back for a minute and say, man, it's not easy winning this league. And the most important thing is to find a way to win the game. And if you're not built the way we are, you don't win that game. How about our defense, man? How about our defense? That's what it's all about. Even when they came out and they scored, offensively, we answered right back with a score. That helped win the game. Jack Fox, the punt all the way down to the one. In a critical moment. That's what we do, man. We compliment each other. I'm thankful for every one of you guys in this room, man. And you got a lot to be thankful for. We all do, man. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. I do have one game ball. This guy had 4 total tackles, all right, 2 sacks, 2 TFLs, and 3 quarterback hits. Mr. DJ Rita.
Joined this team back in March, man, and I didn't know where I was going to be health-wise. Watching all y'all at practice every single day pushed me to get back here, and I'm so happy I get to share the field with y'all. I love y'all boys more than y'all know. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate it.
Hey, listen, you guys take care of yourselves, man. Have a great couple of days, man, with your family, your friends. Enjoy it, man. Rest, relax, and then we're ready to push, gentlemen. All right? That's division win number 3, and that's win number 11 on the season, and we're not looking back. All right? Great job, man. Break it out.
Like Renee said earlier, man, people want to find out what Detroit about. Let them come in here and find the out.
Yes, sir.
Y'all go have a good time with y'all family, man. Happy Thanksgiving. Lions on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Lions.
Yo, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy. Right here, the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neil Rule. That guy, Sean Belisian, my friend. What's up, friend?
How you doing, bud? Nice Thanksgiving?
Absolutely.
Good.
I've never not had a good Thanksgiving.
I can't envision a scenario. I mean, other than some of the Lions games, but I can't envision a scenario where I would say, man, that sucked. Same thing. It's just Thanksgiving is just money. Every year, pound for pound.
Unless you're fighting your family.
Yeah.
I steered clear of that. So anyway, we got KG in the building. KG, what's really good?
What's really good is I know you tapped into that Giants Cowboys game. You can't tell me you didn't. You can't tell me you didn't. You sat up here on the airwaves and lied to the people, Neil. You lied.
Nope. I did not, as a matter of fact.
Oh, okay.
Spencer Raxter, what up?
Hello.
How was the Raxter clan?
It's good. It's a good time.
Got the steaks going and everything?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Steaks are going. Just hanging out with the nephew a lot.
No, I saw that on social media. Very cool. Very cool. We got young Justin and Chase in the building as well. So good to see y'all boys as well. What up, though? But yeah, it is a Victory Friday. Hopefully we get another one of these in 7 days. And look, the Thanksgiving was great. Real quick, Sean, you tried a new eating strategy?
Yeah, I grazed. It's not a good strategy.
So you didn't sit down to eat.
I grazed.
You just walked around picking food.
You know what? It was one of those things. One of the turkeys finished early. The game was still on, so I'm like, I can dig into this a little bit, and then you have a little bit more, and then a little bit more, and then the next thing you know, I'm sitting there at night just going, dude, what the hell? I can't power eat like I used to do, man. I can't do it. I can't power eat like I used to do. But yeah, I mean, like so many other people, it was funny. I was telling you guys, I was sitting next to my son, and he's the jaded Lion fan. There's no other way to say it, and he's sitting there the whole. You know, even when the punt got down at the 1, he's going, oh, this game's over. We lost. Oh, we lost. Well, the least they're going to do is kick a field goal. Oh, well, you know, it was one of those things. But let's be honest. I mean, if I'm going to make excuses for the Kansas City Chiefs, and according to some of you, I've made excuses for the Kansas City Chiefs, I call it speaking in reality. If I'm going to talk about them finding a way to win, well, I'm sure as hell going to say the same thing about our team. To all the people that are trying to poo-poo that away, and I can't quite figure it out, Neil, maybe you can help me out there. In the National Football League, you find a way to win a game. And we were a franchise that for so many years of our lives did as the Bears did yesterday. We found new and inventive ways to lose games, right? Let somebody else do it for once. I'm never, ever going to apologize for a win, and I'm not going to apologize for yesterday. Why? Won the game. Divisional game. Broke the streak on Thanksgiving. 11-1. Okay, cool. Now I wish next week was next Sunday. I wish this was it would be great to give the bodies an extra few days off. And you and I talked about it on the pregame show, Neil. We have to start having the conversation, whether we want to or not, of when are the injuries going to catch up to this team. We do. We have to have that. Hell, we were having it yesterday. And then they were dropping like flies during the game. It would be in our best interest if we face the Green Bay Packers next Sunday as opposed to next Thursday. But here we are. This is a team that when an obstacle shows itself, okay, next man up. It is literally the living epitome of next man up, what we're seeing with the Detroit Lions right now.
All right, KG, you were on the watch party yesterday because look,
Yes,
I'm not playing around today. Like, we're getting into this, and lines need to be drawn, and we got to discuss this because. First off, bring me up to speed. The people in real time, I can only imagine. Is it what I imagined it would be?
It was bad.
Give me
man.
a sampling.
What
were some of the overriding tones?
There was one guy in particular. His name was like Douglas Rivet in the chat. He after every single Lions miscue was just like, "Oh, I told you. See, SOL is rearing its ugly head." I like it when I'm right, like all caps. It was bad. And then of course you had your regular fans in the chat that were starting to become doubtful. And it's ridiculous at this point. These guys were in control the whole game, and I get that they gave up points at the end, but I can't stress enough. You went into the fourth quarter up 23-7. All the pressure was on the Bears to come back and win that game. The Lions did more than enough. Like you guys stated, it was not going to be a cakewalk per se. It kind of looked that way after the first half, but this is a division game. They weren't just going to come in here and lay down and say what you want about Caleb Williams, Neil. I know he didn't play the best, but towards the end of the game, he made the plays that were needed to be made to put the team in a position to win. Now, what they did at the end, we all know was malfeasance. It was some bullshit. I've never seen anything like it, but that's on them. Nobody apologized to us when we were making those mistakes.
No.
So it is what it is, but just the fan base, if we're 11-1, like if you don't believe in this product at this point, I don't know what to tell you. It's exhausting. Trying to all the Zadarius Smith slander I saw yesterday. Yes, it was horrible. It was horrible. Like at every turn,
Based on what?
People were ready to just at every turn fold because they felt like, oh, this is SOL. This feels like what it used to feel like, and it's stupid.
Sean, I told you this yesterday. People feel like they're owed something on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
They feel like they're
100%.
owed something. Like they're being cheated.
100%.
Like something about them is being attacked if the Lions don't win that game. For real.
No, and
circumstances don't apply. Common sense doesn't apply. None of it.
No, and it's not like we have a sparkling track record on Thanksgiving either. And even as good as this team has been, by the way, for over 2 years now, we can say that now, right? We can say that this has been over 2 years of the Lions being one of the best teams in the National Football League. And yes, I'm including the second half of the 2022 season because they went on a heater. And the heater hasn't stopped since then. But at the same time, Neil, you're right. Even with all that success, the one thing missing was breaking that streak. And they did it yesterday. And I'm not going to apologize for it. Something that you said, KG, like really struck a chord with me. I've never seen anything like it. Man, doesn't it feel great to have other people talking about, man, I've never seen anything like it?
Yeah.
How many times have we said that in our lifetime after a Lion game?
A lot.
How did that happen? What did I just watch? I've never seen anything like it.
But
let Matt Eberflus tell everybody he did the right thing. And Matt, keep up the good work, buddy. Like come on,
Well,
dude.
speaking of that, real quick in the chat, Byrne, I'd like to offer an olive branch to the Packers and Vikings fans. We all need to come together and pressure the Bears organization into keeping Matt Eberflus. Keep him home.
They play for him.
Extend him. What'd you have, KG?
It's a hard-nosed Chicago-type coach.
Right,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
A great fit.
Great fit, yeah.
But no, I just continue to say the mark of where the Lions are an elite team at this point in their trajectory is they don't have to play perfect to win, but the other team does.
Yep.
You can't come in here and make mistakes against this Lions team, and that wasn't something we could say. Like you said, we've seen them lose games in ways that we didn't even think was possible. But now we are at the point to where the Lions can play a 75% game, and that is good enough. All they have to do is do what they need to do, and they will come away with the victory, no matter how it looks.
I was thinking about him the whole first half. If it wasn't Thanksgiving, I would have sent him an MFer type of text because, Neil, how many times have you said it? Man, you can't go down and conduct your business and settle for field goals. That first half should have been 31-0, right?
Yeah.
Get yourself one field goal, but turn those other field goals into touchdowns. And now, did I think that was going to leave the door open? Absolutely not. I didn't. I didn't think that was going to be a factor. But Neil, you're absolutely right, man. You are messing with trouble if you settle for field goals. If you can't punch the football in, you are begging for trouble. And the Lions eventually found themselves in trouble.
And that was it. But they got away with it.
Yep.
Because they know how to win now.
They know how to win.
100%.
In the chat, all right, let's touch on this for a minute here. We're going to bring this up at about 11:28-ish, by the way. L, grow up, JMO. Cue the JMO suckers. You know what it said. In 3, 2, 1. No, L, we got to have a tough conversation about a guy on this offense. We do. We got to have a tough conversation and ask a question. And I want everybody to keep the energy. Me included. I want everybody to keep the energy up about it. All right? We got to have the tough conversation about somebody on this offense.
I got my feelings on it, and it is what it is.
And no, we're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay? And I'm going to stand up, and I'm going to ask the question, and I want people to chime in on it. But we're not there yet. We're going to get there. You don't want to miss this one. Okay. What?
That Neil grin is menacing. You know when you do that, it's about to be some shit.
I want everyone to keep the same energy for the same stuff.
I think I know exactly what Neil's going to say.
Okay, I just want everyone to keep the same energy.
To hear.
Will the conversation begin with "I was told"? That's
no. This one will not.
I honestly think I know exactly.
If you got it, Spenny, then I'll be impressed.
I think I do.
You read the scouting report this morning.
I gotta see.
Hey, the Neil playbook is out there, man. You just gotta study, but it's out there.
But it works.
Yeah, hey, it does work. I'll give you that.
Brian Ruth, JMO Trolls in the house. We're going to get there, everybody. This dude will not be... Oh, my God, dude. The JMO stuff.
No, that was another thing. The JMO haters, they just look for every single fucking crack in the armor to take their shots. And it's disgusting at this point.
I mean...
Even Flannel...
They trying to attack him personally, and, we'll get into it. We'll discuss the play and everything that happened. We get it, bro. We get it. But I'm sick of the personal attacks on JMO. Just flat out. I am.
Skydog 722. I'm sorry, DEM. Neil, you called this one. We battled out to a win. Then Skydog 22. Neil said anyone who thought this game was going to be close were morons. Was I asleep yesterday during the show?
I don't remember that.
Didn't my walkaway was, if you're making me bet on this, I'm taking the Bears with the points.
You did.
No doubt.
You did.
It's hard to win games in this league. Chuck Brewer, Neil, this is why you need touchdowns, not field goals with offensive miscues. It could have been 42-7 in the fourth. This is why you never let up, but a win is a win. You take it and move on. But you can kick field goals against rat-ass organizations like the Bears and get away with it. You know how I know? They kicked field goals against a rat-ass organization like the Bears, and they got away with it.
And why?
It's fair.
That's it. But the Eberflus thing...
That shit was
There is
crazy.
so much to unpack from yesterday. Let's do this. Let's take the first break. Everybody's warmed up. We're in here right now. And I already know how this is going to go. So you know what? F it. Draw the swords because apparently we have to draw swords about being 11-1.
I'm saying,
I can't believe this, dude.
I'm over it, bro.
I can't believe it.
Dude, the reality is, if we had to have these types of conversations after an 18-point road win, and people were poo-pooing an 18-point road win at Indianapolis, what did you think people were going to say about yesterday? I knew. I mounted up. I got ready. Let's go.
It's easy money at this point.
Isn't it right?
It's go ahead, man.
I mean, they're the ones who are sitting in this SOL mindset.
Burn in the chat. I hit $20 on a Big Z sack, Neil. I know he ended up with 1.5, even though he, quote, sucked yesterday.
No,
Who said he sucked?
It was a lot of people saying that, bro. I'm telling.
Were you not watching the game? Were you like,
no.
They had 5 sacks yesterday.
I don't understand. If you said Darius Smith sucked yesterday,
you should be banned.
You're literally mentally handicapped.
And a lot of people just saying he sucked since he's been here, but he has 2 full sacks in 3 appearances with the Lions.
But isn't that where we're at? I mean, honest
what
to
are
God,
we talking about?
If we don't win by 28 points and every player has 3 or 4 sacks, Or, I mean, that's where we're at right now. That
been-
guy sucks. This team sucks. It's a fraud. I mean, this is a weird place
He's been
right now.
statistically one of the best pass rushers in the NFL
league.
since he got to the line.
In the league. And without him yesterday, you don't win that game.
No.
He made the game-saving play.
And did you see him walk into the building yesterday?
Yeah, leather pants. I told you he was
that's
gonna
what
get a sack.
that's what I made it a guarantee he was going to get a sack.
I told you, bro. The
Sean
leather
was going to
pants.
wear leather pants.
Lions leather. I wanted some Lions leather.
All right, tell
I did.
about Sabbath Coffee Roasters.
I will tell him about Sabbath Coffee Roasters because if you're looking to wake up, if you think Zadarius Smith sucks and you're sleeping, I guess, so you need to wake up, get some Sabbath Coffee Roasters. They will deliver specially roasted, locally sourced coffee right to your door. Just subscribe at SabbathCoffeeRoasters.com. Use code word Woodward to get 25% off your first order. Sabbath Coffee Roasters, they should be your first choice.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Black Friday's here, everybody. Use a code WSN10, get 10% off. We're still got the Boo Them Kids shirts in there, by the way. We have people send us pictures in the delivery room with Boo Them Kids
About to
shirts
start
on.
booing some of the fans,
That's
bro.
legendary.
Boo Them fans.
Right, Boo
maybe.
Them fans is
Who
the
knows?
next one, bro.
But anyway, we got a whole new line of everything out there. We're swagged out in there. The Black Friday sale, 10% off, shop.woodwardsports.com. Great gifts, everybody, in there for that sports fan, that Detroit sports fan in your life. Not just football either, baseball, football, basketball, hockey, Woodward Sports Golf line as well. Use the promo code WSN10, 10% off. Shop.woodwardsports.com. All right, we're off and running, and we got to address this. All right, get in the chat, everybody. We gave you the first segment there to everybody kind of straggle in. Hope the Thanksgiving was good. Was your Thanksgiving good? Great. All right, let's cut the shit and get into talking about this. All right? Just because your uncle was an ass doesn't mean that you have to come in here and be an ass.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Shout out my boy Oliver, 1-0 on Thanksgivings in his life. So,
All right, good to go. Good to go. Kevin Bell, brother lost $1,000 parlay because Laporta didn't have 25 yards. He was so mad he said that guy sucks. Bro had 2 touchdowns. How does he suck?
that's betting. That is.
Yeah. It's part of the game, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got cooked on Monty and Gibbs yesterday.
Well, I mean, it's been a well you could go to all if you bet
All year.
if you did money line parlays like Monty touchdown, Gibbs touchdown, Packers win, Vikings win, you could retire right now.
That's a fact.
You could absolutely retire yesterday. One funky Lions fan, Neil, I find it funny how no one called out St. Brown for flipping a ball in a dude's face and getting flagged a week ago, but the JMO haters got their panties in a bunch. We're going to get there. If we're going to be critical of people, we got to be critical of everybody.
I'm ready to get my shit off, bro.
I am. Theo, Lions need to give Muhammad more snaps. Well, no shit. Everybody's hurt.
Yeah.
Like that. This is where they are right now.
Right. People
Hey, guys,
gotta step up.
You know what, Sean? Here's the thing, too. Like, Bates missed a field goal yesterday. I didn't sit there and go crazy about it. Like, he was going to miss a field goal.
I'm glad it didn't happen in the Super Bowl.
Right.
You know, like he was going to miss a field goal. Cool, man. You're cool. Everything's
it out of
cool.
your system,
yeah,
bro.
I'm still
He
with
had
you.
19 straight before that miss.
Get
Right.
it out.
You know, cool. All right, I'm not going to say, oh, Jake, I told you Jake Bates sucks. I should have jumped in the chat and been like on the watch party. I told you guys. See? Right. Yeah. See? Yeah. He kicks for the Michigan Panthers. You go back to the Michigan Panthers, Jake Bates.
Right. It's like people get a thrill off that shit.
Yeah.
It's like they get a sick
Okay,
kick off of it.
I want to do it like this. First off, let's just talk about the Matt Eberflus thing and that thing. I have never seen anything like that in my life and will never see anything like that in my life again. Now, for me, and I got in this battle yesterday, I just want to congratulate on Caleb Williams being Rookie of the Year because clearly he's the talent that the NFL's been waiting on. Sean, I heard a rumor. They may use him as the logo a la Jerry West. They're going to redesign the NFL logo, and it's going to be Caleb Williams.
Come on.
Your thoughts?
Mahomes. It's coming. Just get ready. At some point in time, they're going to put Mahomes' face on. Neil, you know what he looked like yesterday? He looked like a rookie quarterback. It's amazing how that worked. Now, he looked like a better rookie than he's looked during the course of the year. He made some throws. He showed some moxie. And then he two-hopped a few passes at a critical juncture as well. And it was like, I don't know, it's almost like when you like do the fake pump. I'm going to fake pump. Oops, I let it go. And he won in two-hop passes. For people to put this guy in a pedestal at the beginning of the year was really weird. Sorry, it just was. And for so many people to do it after yesterday, I go back to what Spenny said. I think sometimes I watch different football games than other people do.
Thank you. I do. That's where I am now, too.
Sometimes I just
my
just watch
TV
a
is
different
broken
game, man.
or something. Maybe they show a different picture on the TV I'm watching. I don't know. Because what I saw, and this goes back to the Zadarius Smith thing, into the Caleb Williams thing. 10 pressures, 5 sacks. You can't ask from third stringers. You cannot ask for any more than that. You can't. Somebody tweeted at me, Caleb Williams got it together. The zero pressure defense doesn't seem to be zero pressure. There was 10 hits and 5 sacks, Sean.
They were destroying
mauling him.
Bro, he was under duress the whole game.
They were
literally
destroying
the whole
Caleb
game.
Williams. Brian Branch hit him hard a couple times. Obviously, DJ Reader, 2 sacks. Zadarius Smith, a sack and a half. AQM had a sack. There was a bunch of guys in and out of there.
Yep.
But they were beating Caleb Williams up yesterday. There were multiple times where it cut back to him, and he's like hands on his knees, one hand on the ground. Like, they were hitting him a lot.
And he better learn to slide or get out of bounds because the other thing that drove me
nuts. You're not
nuts.
Lamar Jackson,
and this is where I go with I watch a different game than other people. For all the people out there, and not just some Bears fans, to say that was a cheap shot, I got nothing for you. I'm not even going to defend it.
Yeah.
That's a waste of my time and yours because there's nothing that I can say. That was pure stupidity.
This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
That is going to get you killed in the National Football League. Period.
That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
There was nothing dirty about that. And I know you're not going to agree with me. So, like I said, I needed to get it off my chest. But I think I watch a different football game than people sometimes, man. I mean, that was just, Spenny, pure stupidity.
Yeah,
it was pure. You'll die in this league. Like, seriously, your career is going to be over. That's
their
fast.
goal. When they come after you, that's their goal,
right?
To end your career on every hit.
And from sources in the locker room, a la Amon-Ra St. Brown, he said on the podcast, like, Dan tells them, toe the line as close as you can.
Yeah.
If they have 1 foot inbounds, you hit them.
Yeah. Especially
football.
Especially if you out the pocket.
Yeah, and
I can see if he was in the pocket, then he gets flagged for that.
He tried to beat Lamar Jackson and do the little stutter step and hope Jack Campbell would have went by him. Jack Campbell put a shoulder pad on his thigh.
Yep.
Do you know
Don't
what that
be an
does?
idiot
And this is again where I appeal to somebody's common sense. Do you know what that does? You put a hit on somebody like that in the second quarter, the third quarter, he's not going to be the same player in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, he was rubbing his leg.
He's not.
Rest of the way.
Like that. It's absolutely brilliant. You're not. You're making an investment. Like, honestly, you're making an investment, Neil. You know what? I'm gonna put a little down right here, and when this matures, I'm going to watch this guy hobbling around late in the game. I am going to take some of that pop out of the legs. Look at Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson died. The Russell Wilson that we saw 10 years ago, who was electric, okay? He doesn't have any legs anymore. I mean, yes, those hits accumulate, man, not just career-wise, but over the course of a game. It was a clean hit. I know I'm not going to convince you. I'm just going to tell you we clearly watched 2 different football games. That's all I got, Neil. There's nothing wrong with that hit.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Cody Engel. Tony Romo was meat riding Caleb so hard yesterday. What a downfall Romo has had calling games. Okay,
Tony Romo was never good.
Right.
Just saying. I stood on that fucking soapbox. You guys called me a madman.
No, he wasn't good.
Yeah, weird how once the terminology of the league changed, all of a sudden he wasn't any good.
I don't know, Jim.
No, but I'm
fuck up, Tony. Jesus.
But Cody, thanks for that, because I thought the same thing. And it's everybody. It's ESPN. It's Tom Mazaway here. Like, what is it with this guy? Again, this dude went a month between touchdown passes. Every other pass is in the ground. You got Romo saying, well, if he would have hit that pass, that would have been a touchdown for sure. Yeah, well, he didn't. Every other pass is incomplete. Like, I just don't get it. And by the way, too, get some command of your huddle, by the way. And I don't care, like, if they're not calling timeout, then you call the timeout. You're the quarterback, man. Yeah. You call the timeout.
You do not snap that ball with 5 seconds left.
No way.
No way.
That was exactly. I mean, and we all had the same reaction. If you saw Stick and Anson, I swear to God, I looked at my kid. I saw 6 seconds on the clock. I go, this is the last play of the game.
Yeah.
They ran out of time. You knew if they didn't get that in the end zone, and once you saw where the pass was going, you're like, oh, cool, catch it.
Right.
That doesn't mean anything. You're out of time. We all knew.
I wanted him to catch it, too, because I wanted the masses of the world to say, see, Caleb Williams threw for 300 yards.
See, I'm with you, Spenny. I know this isn't the cool thing to do today. We're all supposed to pound on Matt Eberflus. You are the quarterback of that.
He got to learn.
That's your huddle. Mm-hmm. Dude, you do it. You looked at, you
Yeah.
you have a timeout. Call a timeout.
When it's a fire drill at 14 seconds, boom.
Call a timeout.
Yeah. You could have avoided all that.
You are the leader of that huddle. So, again, I'm not letting Matt Eberflus off the hook, but I'm glad that you brought that up.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Part of that comes on the great Caleb Williams as well, man.
No, absolutely. It was 90-10. And Copa said it in the chat, being the speech police. That's lame, bro. Anyway, but they had 32 seconds from the end of the play. Like, you had all the time in the world. You had a timeout. You could have easily ran another play, even if you couldn't get it to out of bounds to stop the clock. You could have easily downed it. You probably got like 10 seconds left. But Caleb Williams has to learn, bro. Like, you got to get that play off. And the sense of urgency from the offense as a whole was horrible.
No one talks about this. It happened multiple times throughout the game.
It did,
where he was confused and old Eberflus, nice challenge you had there. It would have been nice to have an extra time out there at the end of the second quarter, wouldn't it? But you didn't, because you did a stupid challenge.
Going forward in your own territory before the half at the 3-minute mark, that was
like,
stupid.
What was the purpose?
Yeah,
what was the purpose of even running a drive there?
It was dumb. It was dumb. He made a lot of coaching mistakes in this one. But like I said, I put it on the veterans too, because y'all know what this game is. If your rookie quarterback is taking too long to get the play together, there was no sense of urgency from the Bears offense at all. It's almost like they gave up. And then your final play is not a Hail Mary. Even if you run all the time off the clock, fine. But you got one receiver going to the end zone. That made no sense.
Well,
it was dumb.
You know what? I was listening to the flagship, and one of the ex-players that's on there brought up a great point. He said this. He's actually does the radio calls as well, TJ Lang.
Shout out.
And he brought out, TJ seems like he's a pretty cool guy. I'd like to meet him someday.
Yeah, I like
someday.
TJ.
He brought up a great point, Sean, and I do this weird thing where I give people credit for their stuff. I don't just pass it off as I was thinking it. But with that being said, he said that original play call was going to be a quarterback draw. And he's convinced Caleb Williams forgot what the play was. He's convinced of it.
I believe that.
Because that goes back to your thing. Why is there one receiver down there?
Exactly.
Because they called the quarterback draw.
And why are you waiting for long breaking routes to develop with 5 seconds left?
Yeah.
If it's a quarterback draw or if it's a pass play, one read, throw it in the dirt. If it's not there, then you call timeout, get a field goal.
Now, all right, then I think this question needs to be asked, and I don't want you guys to shit all over me for saying it. And when I say that, I mean you guys in the room. If that's the case, was Matt Eberflus covering first quarterback?
No, it's Eberflus's fault.
Yo, you protect your quarterback by taking the time out once you realize he's draining too much time off the clock.
Yeah, you have the play call there.
They lost 20-plus seconds trying to set that play up.
He made it worse, but for him to come out and say, and I got to be honest with you,
doubled down.
My first inclination when I heard him say, we did everything right was, okay, he's covering for somebody.
Yes.
You cannot be that stupid.
No, you can't.
You cannot, there's no possible way that can happen, and then you can come out and look everybody dead in the face and go, we're really happy
Sean,
with the way.
I'm glad you brought that up.
My first inclination was, all right, somebody effed up along the chain of command, but he knows the buck stops with him, so he's going to fall on the grenade. That was I swear
Sean,
to God,
you're the only person to say that.
I believe
and
that.
I believe you're right. And I believe what TJ Lang said. I believe that it was supposed, because the whole goal was to get a field goal.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I said we like what we had set up.
Right.
Because it did. Because the quarterback draw.
But it took too long.
But the quarterback draw probably would have worked.
Yeah.
But he forgot the play.
Yeah.
I'm convinced of it. He forgot the
believe
play.
that.
I'm going to say this again, and I know it doesn't show it. I've known Matt Eberflus for almost 30 years, okay? Not that I keep in contact with him or anything. He's a very sharp guy. It doesn't surprise me that he eventually got a job in the National Football League, okay? The guy that I saw yesterday, I got to do it all over again. I think we did it right. How on earth are you saying that? There's
Right.
honest to God, it was the first thing that popped in my head. I go, he's covering for somebody.
You got to take the time out, bro. I get that the play. I get the reasoning
100%.
behind what you were trying to do. You got to call the time out.
In his mind, though, he's like, okay, we all know what we're going to do. Why didn't we do it? Why is it taking so much time? Where he's back on the hook is you got to go like this. From the sideline. If they're not doing it on the field, then he's got to do it. He's got to race his ass to wherever the official is standing, stand next to him and adamantly do that. So he's on the hook for that. But if he really wanted to throw somebody under the bus, he could have said, this is what we were going to do. And he held back with that. And I think there's a reason he held back with that.
The locker room still likes him.
I don't know for sure, but I think there's a reason why he held back with that.
Yeah, the locker room still he don't want to lose the locker room because he know that's the last thing he has. That's literally the last thing he has in the tuck at this point.
Hi, Chase.
Hey guys, sorry, I just wanted to kind of add into what you guys are talking about is the late game situational. In the post game interview, Caleb Williams kind of admitted he didn't really know the whole timeout situation, and he did change the play call at the line of scrimmage with about 8 or 7 seconds left. And he's kind of with there's that much time left on the clock, no timeouts left. There's really no play that's going to work. But then he corrects himself, saying, "Oh wait, we actually did have a timeout." So I mean, just kind of adding in.
He didn't know.
Adding into what you're saying.
He didn't know what was going on. But tell me how great he is some more. He literally did not know. You'll never convince me
that
otherwise.
is true, Neil. But he is a rookie at the end of the day. The coach has to call the timeout regardless. Protect your man.
KG, if you recreate it and you say you're at 15 seconds and the clock's running and you've got your play called and we're doing this quarterback draw to get 5 more yards. We go down, we call a timeout, we kick the field goal, we tie the game, we go to overtime. That's the goal, right?
That's
the goal. So
but
that's
if the
what
play is not snapped at 15 seconds, I'm calling the timeout. Because they didn't snap the ball until 6 seconds were left.
Yeah, but you don't it is one of those things where they're going to run their play, they're going to get down, they're going to call timeout, and the field goal is going to be the last play of the game. That's the last play of regulation.
Even if you wanted to go for the win, that was fine too. But you could.
But they were never going to go for the win.
I mean, but even still, you could have been way closer. It would have made more sense.
Yeah.
They went for the win anyway.
See, but my point of it is, at 15 seconds, you think everything's cool, right? You got your quarterback draw called.
Because I said, they had 32 seconds.
Breaking news here. Breaking news: Malcolm Rodriguez will miss the remainder of the season with a torn ACL.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
It was those vibes, wasn't it?
Damn, man.
Damn, dude.
Well, like we said,
we're gonna get into it.
It's catching up to us, man.
The segment's coming up. Who's left? This after we get done arguing about players and.
But you had
these
32
issues.
seconds, so I get your point. But when you had so much time, you could have avoided all this by either calling the timeout right away, or if the play is not snapped by the 15-second mark, you call the timeout and get everything together.
If you call timeout with 15 seconds left, you're not running the quarterback draw anymore.
No, you're probably not. You're probably either taking a shot to the middle of the field, get as much yards as you can, hurry up and spike,
the middle of the field's off
at
15 seconds. The middle of the field's off the table.
Not necessarily if you can get everybody lined up.
You won't get it up. Can I say this though, KG? The one thing I will disagree with you on is I don't give a shit if you're a rookie quarterback. You're handed the keys to the franchise.
Fair.
You're driving the car.
Fair.
You're the man. You're all that. I get it. Rookies are going to make mistakes.
He's not absolved the blame at all.
And no, I know you're not. But that I hear people do that, and this is why I say to people, are you new to the NFL? Rookie quarterbacks do dumb things.
True. But as a coach realizing what the hell is unfolding in front of you,
he
you got to do something.
He should have been running down the sideline like this.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Point blank, period.
Been,
Woodward Sports chat thread, Detroit Sports T. He didn't forget about it. He checked out of it. Well, the offensive lineman didn't get the memo because they blocked for a quarterback draw. I'm just going by what I see.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
So
everything's fair. Like, you're not wrong.
So you didn't command it, and you didn't do your job.
They both at fault, if you ask me. But I think it's more so on Eberflus.
All right, let's take. We blew past a break, and I knew this was going to happen. And we got to have an uncomfortable discussion about a young player on the Lions.
Let's do it.
Because we've seen this a couple of times now, and we got to discuss it. Pre-game show, everybody. Thousands of you tapped in yesterday. It was wild for the New Holland Brewing Company pre-game show. Of course, Woodward and Maine kicked everything off. Terry Foster, Matthew Broder, 8 to 9 a.m. And then we step in, myself and that guy, Sean Belizian, my friend, the New Holland Brewing Company pre-game show. Sunday home game days. We're live at Second Best, 42 Watson Street. And it's brought to you by Sabbath Coffee Roasters and Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. Both elite, by the way. And you can mix them together if you so choose. But again, nobody's doing football in Detroit like we are here at Woodward Sports.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs. Like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. Detroit sports. Make sure you listen to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz next 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network.
Yeah.
Tequila is the official tequila of the Woodward Sports live watch party and post-game show. They are also a proud partner of the Detroit Lions. They got the 1800 Lions bottle right there. You can go get it at a liquor store near you. 1800 tequila, the smoothest taste of tequila. And please, as always, drink responsibly.
All right, keeping it pushing. We're back, everybody. Victory Friday. Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Sean Belizian, Big D Energy, KG, Spencer Raxter, Young Justin, Chase in the building as well. Shout out Abe, Christina. It was Christina, right? Abe and Christina for stopping by.
So cool. Hi.
Yep, very cool. Appreciate y'all supporting the show and everything like that. But yeah, we're Matt Eberflus, man.
It was amazing.
It was absolutely amazing. A silent service. Eberflus gone after this.
Dead man walking.
Roderick, the Bears did the Lions a solid yesterday. Absolutely they did. Mike-O, come on, Neil. The Lions have lost every way possible. Matt's game management issue is a 4 on the Lions scale of losses. That is true. We've lost in much more painful ways.
I
That's
could
a
think
fact.
of 3 or 4 easy off the top of my head. Good call.
Runoff, the Golden Tate 10-second runoff.
Oh, I was there.
That was the worst one.
What about a 66-yard field goal bouncing off the crossbar
Right. But
and going through?
Just another update for those that weren't in the chat. It is confirmed per Jordan Schultz, per everybody who breaks news in the NFL. Malcolm Rodriguez will be out for the rest of the season with a torn ACL.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm going
Malcolm.
to trump all of you. How about a Thanksgiving Day game where you score on the last play of the game and then the first play of overtime?
When they kick off return.
There you
When
go.
does that happen?
All right, let's
Let me
not go down this road, everybody. I'm gonna push the JMO situation to the next break.
Okay.
Because
That's going to take a while.
it's gonna take a
big
minute,
fact.
and that news right there about Malcolm Rodriguez, because I just pulled up the Lions depth chart at the linebacker spot. Okay, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 at the linebacker spot. You have now Malcolm Rodriguez on IR, Reeves Maben on IR, Alex Anzalone on IR, Derek Barnes on IR.
Pour one for the home.
Is Anthony Pittman still with the Jags? Come on, seriously, can we bring him back home?
Like, Spenny, what are they going to do?
I mean,
for real?
Chris Long played some
Played
good
well,
snaps.
yeah.
Played well. He played some good snaps against the Bears. He's obviously going to see an uptick. This is a guy who had 113 tackles in the NFL last year. So
he's the guy now.
He's the guy now going forward. You got
This
Ben
league is
Neiman.
wild, man.
Yeah, Ben Neiman is a guy who can fill in and make tackles there. Nowoski, you can move him around. He can play off-ball linebacker as well as rush linebacker. So, Jack Campbell, come on, big missile. Keep balling, kid.
Like, this league is wild.
I'll tell you what. I love, obviously Anzalone, Malcolm Rodriguez, personal friend of mine, Anzalone, fantastic. Those guys are great. Whoever you put next to Jack Campbell, if he continues to play at the level he's playing at, it really doesn't matter. Like he is playing so well.
Agreed.
That you could put, no disrespect to Ben Neiman or Trevor Nowoski, you could put those guys next to him, and they're going to look better. And I am comfortable with Chris Long Jr. Like I said, he had 113 tackles in the NFL. David Long, sorry. David Long Jr.
I wish it was Chris Long.
Chris Long. David Long Jr. He had 113 tackles in the NFL last year. He was voted a captain coming out of camp for Tennessee this year. He had a rough start, and that's why he got cut. You got a starting linebacker off the free agency pool. Like, I'm comfortable with that.
The only difference, Sean, I noticed as the attrition continued to mount, especially at the linebacker spot, the pass coverage took a definite hit. Intermediate routes, any kind of screens, wheel routes, stuff like that, Sean, they struggled to keep up, which stands to reason. They're the third string guys.
You got it.
Because they're not the first string guy.
You got it.
Like and that's where I'm driving at. Like, I am a big show goes on guy. Like, the next guy steps up. But Sean, you have more linebackers on IR than you have playing. Like, at some point, you pay the price for this. You do.
We better get used to this because this is going to happen the next few weeks, man. All that stuff, you're going to see the guys wheeling out of the backfield. You're going to see it over and over. What do you think Jordan Love is going to do next week? You don't think they're just sitting there going like this right now, thinking about what they could do to activate the tight end, to activate their backs, et cetera? This is, and conversely, this is why I say again, it would be in our best interest if this game was Sunday. It really would be. It's not. This is game week already, man. This is and it's so funny though. This is where this team is at because you know what? Here we are all talking about it and go, oh, they're not. You notice the Lions aren't? Dan Campbell isn't, man. None of those guys, what are we going to do? I can't believe it. No, it's like, okay, cool. Like, it's not
league.
just words to them. It really is next man up. It's not just words to them. That's how they operate. And when given the opportunity, you're seeing guys step up and make those plays. So, but, man, we haven't seen it like this. We haven't seen it like this. This is something different.
No, it is. It's absolutely wild. So I wanted to take a second on that because who's left, dude? Like, who is left? And I'll tell you this too. I said this even yesterday in the game. I thought that people were being very, very flippant about the football game, that the 47-7 crowd. And yeah, did it start that way? Yeah. But the people that were there to start were not there at the finish. It just wasn't that way. And as Sean just said, this is only going to get worse. Like, it's not going to get better. And I'm not saying it's over or anything like that. But I am saying, like, the 47-7 days, we might have to put the brakes on it for a minute, everybody. Yeah. And this is the part here. This next 3 to 4 games, you got to find ways to win, dude. It does. See, we failed our first test as fans yesterday. I believe we failed our first test as fans because over this next couple of weeks, you just have to know what I don't give a shit what it looks like. I don't care, and I don't have to apologize. This is the league. There are coaches like Matt Eberflus in the league. There are players like Caleb Williams in the league. You take advantage of it when they help you out. And they did. And I'm not apologizing for it, and I don't care. And all the Chicago fans out there can still suck it because you lost. Scoreboard league. Period. End of story, Sean. It doesn't matter to me. And next Thursday, guess what? It's going to be uncomfortable. There's going to be moments in that game where it's very, very uncomfortable. Find a way. Got to find a way, man. Like, that's it. I don't care what it looks like, Sean. So everybody, like, pull the big boy pants up for next Thursday. Instead of pissing and moaning and telling us, Zadarius Smith sucked. Get in reality.
All right. He hasn't done anything since he's been here.
It's going to get harder, not easier, everybody. Okay? So just be ready. All right, we need to have another uncomfortable discussion, Spenny.
Yeah,
Lions
but
are
first I got
5.5
to tell
point
you
favorites.
about Lady Jane's, because if you want a haircut, you should just go to Lady Jane's to get a $20 haircut special, including a hot leather neck shave, scalp massage, and hot towel treatment. Just scan the QR code up in the corner and go to a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's haircuts for men. Walk-ins are always welcome. Open 7 days a week. Lady Jane's haircuts for men. It's wicked awesome.
This holiday season, recharge with the Planet Fitness Black Card for just $1 down and $24.99 a month. So instead of fighting a stranger over a T-Rex, bring a friend for free and work out on the TRX. Instead of freezing in line for a deal, relax with some hydro massage feels. Instead of in-laws in your face,
Did you hear the owl?
get some space at any of our 2,600 locations with the PF Black Card. Just $1 down, $24.99 a month. Deal ends Friday, December 6th.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Neil Rule here for Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Scan the QR code on your screen right now. Use promo code Woodward1000. Make your first deposit. Make your first bet. If your first bet loses up to $1,000, you will get that bet back as a free bonus bet. It's actually kind of like a free spin, everybody. You get an opportunity to figure everything out and see how it works. The app is flawless, easy to read, no glitching. It's updated right there in real time. If you're a live bettor, then you got it right, everybody. Woodward Sports, the official sports book, is Caesar Sportsbook. That is for sure. Young Justin just told me Lions 5.5-point favorites over the Packers. I would go take the Packers right now with the 5.5.
That's tough, yeah.
I'm not saying the Lions suck. I'm not saying they're going to lose. I would say I would go to Caesar Sportsbook and lock in that 5.5 because you will see that continue to go down as the week goes on. All right? Almost think of it as futures trading. And then when the Lions are favored by 3, then you lock in, you take the Lions at 3. See, there you go. You're welcome, everybody. Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports.
I'll be honest with you, that's already cleaned up. It's already cleaned up. So we're good. And as a matter of fact, J-Mo got right in front of the team a minute ago, unsolicited, and wanted to apologize to his teammates. That's big, man. It's growth. And it's all good.
We're trying to win a football game, so those things like that can't happen. That's the main thing.
How do you continue to grow from a mistake like that?
Just don't do it again,
I'll be honest with you, that's already cleaned up. It's already cleaned up. So we're
all right, so Jamison Williams took the accountability right there. Dan Campbell said it, already addressed the team pretty much immediately after it happened. So there is that. Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Sean Belizean, KG, Spencer Raxter, Young Justin, Chase here in the building. Edric Shelby in the chat. Any word on Carlton Davis and Emmanuel Mosley for Thursday's game? The Mosley thing was interesting. I guess something happened pregame.
That dude snake bit, bro. I don't know what to call it at this point.
That's wild. Edric, go ahead.
No, I said they said it probably isn't that serious, but
yeah, I saw some reports on Twitter, Edric, that the Mosley thing, something popped up pregame, doesn't sound serious. So that's out there as well. Anything on Carlton Davis? I don't believe so.
Haven't heard anything.
That's it. Hopefully they're back, man. Like, you just got to find a way. You just got to find a way to win.
Can I, before we get into Jamison, can I go back to that line that Justin just told us? You know what that line is? And I know that some Michigan fans, KG, I hope you're not one of them, are going to get pissed at me. That's a Michigan football line. That it is. That's it. When Michigan was struggling, okay, during the Hoke era, I can't tell you how many times there were lines in Michigan games where I'm going, especially against Michigan State.
Right.
Remember, there was that string of games where the Spartans just covered against Michigan. And what they're doing is they're trying to take advantage of your slap dick aspect of your personality. And that's what a Lion fan right now, Lions are feeling good about themselves. They're 11-1. They found a way. Well, surely they're not going to struggle 2 games in a row, especially with Green Bay coming into town. That 5.5 is begging you to go, yeah, I'm all in on my Lions, and don't fall for the trap.
It was only a matter of time. Vegas was going to adjust, and take advantage of everyone betting on the Lions, and you're seeing it with this line, in my opinion. 5.5 is a ton of points for a divisional game.
It's a slapdick line.
Trap
It is.
number,
Like you're trying to get the slapdick who is going to take the Lions each and every week regardless. And that's why, again, KG, and I'm glad you took it in the context in which I said it. That's what Michigan was for many, many years.
That's a
like,
fact.
when you look at the Brady Hoke era, well,
There's
Michigan,
a Lions tax. When you want to bet on, there's a Yankees tax, a Lakers tax, a Michigan tax. If you want to bet on the Lions right now, you have to pay a tax.
Yep.
And I'm telling by the close kickoff Thursday night, that line's going to be 3. It's going to be 3. If you want the 5.5, you better get it now because it may already be down. I'm telling you guys this. Woodward Sports chat thread. Rando Smalls, J-Mo's your little brother. Tell him he doesn't learn until he does it. So, in that vein, Sean, it's time to have because we're asking so many questions, right, about Jameson. So I do want to keep the same energy.
Okay.
I do. And it's something that we've seen, and we've seen it in big spots in this franchise's history. And I just want to ask the question. If we're going to keep the same energy up, about a guy that plays well all the time, then let's talk about it. Amon-Ra St. Brown's a guy that a lot of people brought up. But you know what else? Jahmyr Gibbs got to hold on to the football, man.
Absolutely.
Got to hold on. That was going to be the kill shot in the game. In the NFC Championship game last year, where J-Mo was the best player on the field, he flipped the game with that fumble. He did. Anybody disagree?
Nope.
It doesn't get talked about enough. Like I said, Kendall Vildor is the face of what happened.
And J-Mo.
And J-Mo. And Josh Reynolds. But, yeah, it doesn't get talked about enough.
No. So can we ask the question? Hey, and we all love him. 100% we love him. But you got to hold on to the football, man. You get that touchdown, the game is over. 23-0 going into the half, that game is over. So if we're gonna get caught up in all the negatives with J-Mo and stuff like that, then when we gonna talk about this one too?
I thought you was going another way. I'm so glad you went this way.
Why?
No, I ain't.
What do you think I was gonna do?
No, yeah, continue. I'm just glad you're on the right side of history.
No, 1,000%.
If you're gonna sit there and kill J-Mo like a lot of you are in the chat, then what? Jahmyr Gibbs gets away scot-free for potentially fumbling the game away? Maybe, could have, because it would have been 23-0. You think the Bears are coming back from that? The answer is no, because they didn't come back from 16-0. Right? Do we get to why the energy change in the room? There's tons of hate for J-Mo out here.
It's a fair point. You have to bring it up. I mean, that is twice in 2 huge spots where someone's got their hat on that football and forcing the fumble. That you're right. It's a kill shot, but I think the fact that Jahmyr Gibbs is just in game by game is so important to this team. He gets a little bit more of a pass versus J-Mo, who is kind of more of a hit or miss on a game-to-game basis.
I'll try it this way. You know what I think it comes down to? I think it comes down to control. Okay, there are sometimes there are things that happen in the game of football that you can't control. Okay, a dude putting the hat on the ball's going to come loose sometimes. Okay, it's going to happen. It's the things that you and you alone control, I think, is what is pissing somebody off. That doesn't mean that Neil's point is moot, and I hope you know that, Neil, because it's not moot. If we're going to have these conversations, let's have these conversations, okay? But he's the only one that can control that, okay? Guys are going to throw interceptions. Guys are going to fumble the ball. There are circumstances sometimes that are beyond your control. What happened yesterday with Jameson Williams and what pisses me off is there was nobody around Jameson Williams that could control that situation other than Jameson Williams. You got to be better than that, kid. Especially when there are already people out there that think you have 2 strikes, which he does not have. We know that.
Yeah,
but there are people out there that act like, oh, this guy's on his 2nd strike, and I don't want to name guys in the past, but you know all the names of this guy's trouble and he's going down the road. So I think in that regard, Neil, that's at least that was the vibe that I got yesterday. Control what you can control. I can control how I react to you. I can control that.
Correct.
That I can do. And so I think people get pissed in that regard. Is it blown out of proportion? Yes, it is.
Simo 313. He needs to go. He doesn't fit in.
What?
This is real. You know when he fits into me? When he's got the pill in his hand and he's crossing the goal line.
Yeah.
Which he does about every 8 times he touches the ball.
The whole buzz goes up whenever he touches.
Look at that.
There's just Like, you can't even, like, it's not even an argument. There's a different buzz. You feel it. Not only do you hear it, but you feel it when the ball's in that guy's hands. He's a difference maker. He's a playmaker. And get rid of him. What? Are we just going to, like, cut him? Is that?
Sure, why not?
Yeah. Cut a guy that had 5 catches that had a 15-yard end around that led to your third quarter touchdown. Sure, let's cut him.
And they don't even talk about the fact how much Ben Johnson uses him on motion to see what the defense is giving him and move the box around.
I would like a study on that, because when you see him go in motion, the percentage of time that the run play goes the opposite way that has success. I mean, I'm watching it, but like it's Thanksgiving. I'm not charting it or anything like that. It seems like it's often. Like, they use him as a tool in the run game.
They used him in motion on Laporta's touchdowns too, both of them. If I'm almost
drags space, yeah, drags guys with him. Like he just if you're still on this about what about Brian Branch? He got cooked for a touchdown yesterday.
Yeah, I think got kicked out of a game.
Outright beat.
Yeah, he got kicked out of a game. Right?
Everyone loves him for flipping off all of Green Bay.
I think it might be time to move on from Brian Branch. I'm sorry, guys. He just doesn't fit in.
Are there really people like cut him, get rid of him?
Someone said, yeah, get rid of him.
Dude, I can't help you.
Where I draw the line.
I'm not. I like to try to be a voice of reason. I cannot tell you how quickly he'd be picked up. I cannot tell you how stupid that would be. To give him away for nothing, especially a guy that's contributing, he'd be picked up so quickly. If you want to say something like, okay, he has to go, maybe we should think of a trade or something like that. While I think it's stupid, and I do, I think that's very stupid. There's just what he brings to the table. I don't think we have to sit up here and defend it anymore. To just say bye, that's not how good football teams are built, man. And before you poo-poo away some of those draft picks, may I introduce to you Brad Holmes?
We got some breaking.
Yeah, the Lions.
Yeah, I was
got some breaking Lions news here. Lions are signing former All Pro Bowl linebacker Quan Alexander from the Broncos practice squad.
Nice.
Per his agent Drew Rosenhaus and Robert Bailey as well. That's Adam
Welcome
Schefter.
to the team, Quan. Yeah, you solid.
Hey, welcome to the team. You're starting Thursday.
That's a damn good sign. Him and David Long Jr.
What the hell is he doing on the Broncos practice squad?
How old is he now?
He's
They have really good linebackers.
30 years old.
He's a little older.
That's not that old.
No, it's not old at all.
No, but he hasn't produced like
No,
how
it's
he's
been a
produced
while.
in the
Yeah,
past.
absolutely.
I mean, with the way that Jack Campbell's playing, he'll be fine.
But he's a
answer-
veteran. Yeah, he's a veteran
To
president.
answer your question on where he's been, Sean, on November 12th of 2023, week 10 of last year, Quan Alexander suffered a torn Achilles. So they've been injured.
Yeah.
That they've been working back from injury.
So that is what
About
you're
a
talking
year
about
ago.
a year. Isn't it funny again? Because like Neil, when we were younger, the ACL was the end of your career.
Yep.
The Achilles, it might be the end of your life. Like, not physically dead.
Your football life.
But
yeah.
you didn't come back.
Yeah.
You just didn't come back. And so we're talking about what, about a year?
Yeah, about 54 weeks, 5 weeks roughly.
Unbelievable.
Just looking at the calendar.
Unbelievable. Wow.
Shout out Dr. Pierce.
Special sauce, secret sauce.
Doughboy Steve. It doesn't matter what Stevenson did. A lot of people talk about like the trip or whatever, the supposed
Yeah, he
trip.
was trying to impede him from getting up and all that,
Yeah.
jawing at him.
Right.
He got what he deserved.
Well, I mean, it worked. Like Stevenson's actions worked. Like that's a tactic, Sean.
It is.
Can't
Yeah.
do it.
That's a tactic.
You
that
Can't
sometimes
retaliate.
you go fishing and you see if you catch something.
Right.
It was one of the funniest things I've ever seen happen in a live football game. Because he hit him right in the fucking face, and that shit was. I openly laughed.
Yeah.
But you can't do it.
No, 100%.
We
and
all
this
know
is
that.
different from the JMO act that people were talking about last week because
that all the other guys did in the league too?
that he scores touchdowns and doesn't get flagged for.
Yeah.
If you're bitching about that, if you're upset with this, I'm not too mad at you for being upset. If you're saying cut him, you're an idiot. But if you're upset that he got the penalty, that's fine. You can't do that. And he took precedence for it. Dan Campbell took precedence for it. Antoine Randall was chewing him out. They know he can't do it. He knows he can't do it. They yelled at him.
And if guys already didn't know, they know now. I'm going to chirp at him and get him to do something stupid.
Yep.
Like you just put a giant target on you, and conversely, the entire team. You have to be better than that. Period. End of story. You do.
But
that's the way it is.
If he doesn't learn, then we'll address it. Because the way people
By
attack
cutting
J-Mo,
him. By getting him out of here.
yeah, but seriously though, This organization has a track record of getting rid of bad apples. If he was really so effing bad, he would not have playing time and he would not be on his team.
It's a parlay of that and his talent.
Yeah.
Like, they're not stupid.
No, they're not stupid at all.
They have a culture and everything like that. When you get that man the football, shit happens. And even when you don't get him the football, stuff happens.
And downright, the stuff that he's done hasn't been that egregious. We get it. Anybody that watches football knows he shouldn't have done that. He doesn't need to be doing that. But I don't want to hear about, it could have cost us the game. The Lions could have won a game in 2008, but they didn't. Went 0-16. Like, what are we talking about, bro? I'm not taking the type of player he is with the fire and the passion. I'm not taking that away. Does he need to adjust? Absolutely. But just people trying to use the on-field shit to add to the person that J-Mo is, and that's where I draw the line. Like, trying to use what happened there as a personal attack or try to use that to define his character, that shit's weak. It is.
Burn in the chat. Yeah, but we won. And that's where Doughboy Steve says it doesn't matter what Stevenson did. His actions did not almost cost his team a win. Hey, are you talking about Gibbs' fumble? Or Branch getting cooked,
right, we can say
or
that about a
J-Mo's
lot of
penalty,
things.
or Bates' missed field goal? Which one are you talking about there? Because they're all the same.
There it is.
They're all the same. But you know what? They're good enough to overcome it, and they won. Just because you didn't get the party at Thanksgiving that you wanted, it doesn't matter. The name of this league, you win your games, and you move on. That is it. And that when you're chasing a Super Bowl, man, nothing else matters. You think the Chiefs fans are sitting there dissecting a win? They don't give a shit. They're playing with their food until January and February. Get in the mindset, everybody. Let's go to break. Second best. That'll make you feel better. The wings there will make you feel better. The chicken sandwich there will make you feel better. The Tullamore Irish whiskey there will make you feel better. 42 Watson Street. A couple blocks away from LCA. If you're going to a concert, Wings, Pistons, Red Wings, Tigers, whatever you are doing downtown, this needs to be in your rotation, guys. It's one of the best spots in downtown Detroit. Second best, 42 Watson Street. Second best, come get some.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Enough Detroit sports. Make sure you listen to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz next, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network.
Neil Rule here for New Holland Brewing Company's Taller. That is right, the very best drink you'll have in your life. I stand on that, by the way. We were having them yesterday doing the New Holland Brewing Company pre-game show. They take the New Holland small batch gin, they mix it with grapefruit puree, and magic happens in that blue can with the Argyle dressing as well. It's New Holland Brewing Company, west side of the state, Michigan-owned company. Hey, real quick, too, don't sleep on their bourbon, by the way. Their bourbon is elite as well. They got it covered, man. New Holland Brewing Company, Taller. Go to Total Wine, Meyer, scoop it up.
We were smashing them yesterday.
We were getting into it.
Yeah, man.
100%.
It wasn't the party I wanted yesterday. Like, I'm not joking. I had my hands around my waist.
16-0, you was ready.
I was ready to go pantless.
16-0. I thought we was going to get it.
I told you when it was...
You know what? I owe him an apology. Gibbs did that for the Belizean family.
No, really? Yeah, he actually did. Like, literally, I had my hands like this, and my kids are going, Dad, don't do it. And I was going, if they score a touchdown here, I said once they get up by 21, it's a pantless Thanksgiving.
At the half, I thought about you. I did. I'm
We
like,
never-
oh yeah, the pants coming off. Paul.
I'd invite you over. I mean,
I'm good on
You
that.
can come over
I'm
for a
straight.
pantless game
I'm
anytime.
straight. No, I'm straight.
Cody Busco in the Woodward Sports Chat says any injury updates. There was Malcolm Rodriguez is going to be out for the remainder of the season with a torn ACL, but in a linear move, they signed Quan Alexander from the Broncos practice squad.
Good signing, yeah.
Good signing.
Veteran
But
presence.
hopefully Malcolm will rest up, and he wouldn't be 11-1 without him. So
Really?
heal up, Malcolm. We'll
I was told he's just a 6-round role player.
come back stronger than ever, brother.
No doubt, man.
Flannel has learned from his mistakes.
No doubt. But I give all the credit in the world to Malcolm Rodriguez, man. Against the odds, grinder, good dude. You know what I'm saying?
That's why your heart breaks with things like that,
right,
man.
right.
I'm serious. Your heart breaks. I mean, that dude's done everything right, everything asked of him, and you get a situation like that, where you're pressing to action and you have an opportunity to show everybody, and he has been showing everybody. And for it to end like that, man, your heart just breaks.
No question. Rando Smalls in the chat. Thank you, Byrne. 100%. They won. So you can talk all the ish about Jamison Williams you want. I just want you to keep that same energy for the Gibbs fumble, when Branch got cooked, the Bates missed field goal. Like, keep all that same energy. Why is it just JMO all the time?
Right.
Why? Huh. It's weird. It's weird. I like people, Spenny put on the sheet, people calling the Lions frauds. Our own fans, as a matter of fact.
No, that's a fact.
You were doing the watch show yesterday.
I was.
And
I hate to single out Wheezy D313 because I do actually rock and respect you, but the Zadarius Smith slander yesterday was uncalled for.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. And he was one of them. He wasn't the only one, but he was one of them.
That is absolutely wild.
He's been one of the best edge rushers in the NFL since he joined the Lions.
Right. He has
If you
2
don't
sacks
watch
and
the
3
games,
appearances.
just say you don't watch the games.
Right.
Really, that is it. We do have to get into the Michigan-Ohio State game. That's coming up in just a little bit. They are playing tomorrow. You'd never know it. What?
I got my Michigan hoodie on.
Yeah, but you wear that at Western when you're in class.
You set yourself up, bro. That was alley-oop.
That's fine. He's gonna take it whatever way he's got to take it.
No, that's fair.
Well, what do you when you throw an
Sometimes
alley?
you make it easy on yourself,
Yeah, I know.
JMO.
when you throw an alley-oop up to the rim, am I not supposed to dunk it?
Yeah.
I mean, come on here. You're the one that does it. We'll get there, though. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't you worry your pretty little head there, Justin.
You almost kiss
we
Eddie.
will definitely get there. Steve O'Baby, the best moment of the watch party was stick. James, there was a Darius Smith slander. Apparently there was,
No,
everybody.
a lot of it.
I can't.
Apparently he hasn't been a good trade acquisition. Apparently he's a jag. Like, all the stuff that I hear, it's ridiculous.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. You wasted a trade. We could have got Max. I saw it all yesterday.
It's probably best to watch games by yourself.
It really is.
Like
It
we
is,
were
yeah.
talking about that, and I'm not going to mention any names, but Neil told me he knows somebody who feels it's in his best interest to watch a certain college football play by themselves. It might be in our best interest sometimes. It just, now if a game is going away, that's different. Because I'm like you, Neil. I love to go to the usual suspects, like on Twitter, to see what kind of,
I do
garbage
too.
that they're putting out. I openly admit it. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. But a game there are times I have to stop myself and go, are we really living this? The Detroit Lions are 11-1 today, November 29th. We just won on Thanksgiving, our holy day. And some of y'all are finding a reason to bitch. What fucking planet am I on? Like, I'm not, just stop for time. Call yourself a timeout, okay? You have one left.
Yeah, don't be Eberflus.
Yeah, you don't be Eberflus. Call a timeout right now.
Can't take it
okay?
with you.
Like, stop just for a second. They are 11-1. They mixed in a crap game by their standards. Can we all agree? Yesterday was a crap game, and you guys are bitching about that. I don't know what to tell you. I wish I had better news for you. Now, don't get me wrong. If 3 weeks from now the Lions lose 3 in a row, then you're going to be like that guy in the chat yesterday. KG told us about, I told y'all, in big caps, fraud.
SOL.
Bring out SOL, do it all. But when that happens, you have my permission, okay? Right now, they're 11-1.
For the first time ever.
Ever!
Go to therapy, bro. Get the SOL shit up out your soul,
honestly,
bro.
man.
It's a
seriously.
disease.
High-powered colonic. Just shit it all out
Right.
tonight, man.
It's a disease, bro.
All right, Spenny, let's get this break in now because there's a comment in here that's going to spin off into something.
Oh God,
And
y'all didn't do it.
What? Yeah,
No,
it's going to spin off into something.
They done effed up, bro.
And Spenny, I'm going to ask you to help me.
Okay.
Okay?
I'll try.
Is that because I need help? I do. So please tell them about Mark White.
I will. You know, if you're Zadarius Smith, apparently you're getting kicked out of town already, so you might want Mark White.
Package them a JMO and have Mark White sell their house.
Yeah, JMO and Zadarius Smith getting traded for a 6th-round pick, I guess. But listen, Mark White, buy or sell your home with Mark White. He'll save you up to $5,000 your closing costs. Visit markwhitesells.com or call 248-290-8242. Markwhitesells.com should be your first choice when you're looking to buy or sell your home. He does it right. He'll get you into your dream home today. And hopefully we extend Zadarius Smith because he's been playing lights out.
Yeah.
So, Zadarius, if you need a house, visit Mark White. He'll hook you up.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Rule here for Feldman Automotive. We all know about Feldman Chevrolet in Novi because they're Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. They're the nation's leading EV dealer. But there's more than Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. What if you want a Ford? What if you want a Kia? It's all very simple. Go to feldmanauto.com. There's 18 Feldman Automotive dealerships across all brands. Whatever kind of car you want, the first step remains the same. Here's the checklist. Hey, I want a car. Number 2, go to feldmanauto.com. Number 3, start the buying process online if you so choose. Like, that's how easy it can be. I sat down before my show one day, said, yeah, this is the car I want to get. I had the keys by noon. You guys saw it. It was on air. So that is how easy it is to buy a car at Feldman Automotive. Go to feldmanauto.com. All right, keeping it pushing. Black Friday. Promo code WSN10 at the Woodward Sports merch store, by the way. You can get your 10% off there. We got football on the TV right now.
Travis Hunter interception alert.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you just got to pick.
Just
weird.
give me, Neil, will you give me a second? I need to just make sure, just for my own sanity.
Okay.
Lions 23, Bears 20. The Lions won, right?
They did. 11-1, first time ever in franchise history.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Zadarius Smith, 1.5 sacks, tackle for loss. That happened too, right?
Yep.
It did.
Yeah.
All right. 3 quarterback hits?
Yep.
All right, cool. I just wanted to check.
Yeah.
I knew it was coming today. I didn't know it'd be this bad.
It's ridiculous.
This is insanity to me, man. I'm not being funny, okay? This is the way I hear some of you guys talking right now. Like, literally, just for my own sanity, I had to make sure I had to pick up the phone, pull up the app. Yeah, Lions won 23-20. What? Zadarius Smith? Well, I was told, trademark Neil Rule. I mean, you guys, what are we doing here? Honestly, what are we doing here right now? What are we doing here?
Oh, no, but WeezyD313 in the chat. I asked for more out of Zadarius, how Neil asked for more out of Hutch. What? Question mark.
You called him a jag multiple times.
He's been here 2 games.
That's not asking for more. Calling him just a guy is not asking for more. You didn't say, I need Zadarius to do better. You were shitting on him, calling him just a guy.
Yeah.
He's been here 3 games, got 2.5 sacks,
And
right?
has performed, yeah.
Well, he had a half sack in that first game, and then this last one, 1.5. So he's had 2 sacks in 3 appearances.
How can you ask for more?
He came here with 5 sacks. He has 7 now. What are we talking about?
So can I prorate that then? if he has 2 sacks in 3 games, that means in 6 games he'll have 4 sacks.
Correct.
And
That's
in
good
12
math.
games he'll have 8 sacks.
The math checks out.
What do we? This is weird, man. See, again, you know what? This is uncharted territory for all of us. We've never been in these waters before. All jokes aside, as good as the Lions were last year, okay, and eventually we know they went to the NFC Championship game. We've never been in these waters before. We thought we were in those waters a couple times. I tell you definitively, I thought I was in those waters back in 1995. I thought when the playoffs started, the Detroit Lions were the best team in the NFC. Okay, thinking and knowing and looking at like actual standings are 2 entirely different things. And like if we're going for style points, I get it. Let's have the style points conversation as well. Neil, where have they faltered? Yes, this one was less than. Somehow people are trying to poo-poo an 18-point win in Indianapolis. Okay? 47-7. Wait, like where do you want to go with this? We can go in a bunch of different directions. It's weird. This is a weird day, man. Weird day.
You know, Zadarius Smith by himself just yesterday generated 9 pressures, had a 22% pass rush win rate, pressure percentage on 36 dropbacks, had a sack and a half, and the Detroit Lions pressured Caleb Williams 17 times in this game without sending a blitz.
There it is.
So, like, I don't know if you want him to be the best defensive end in the NFL, if that's the more you want from him. I don't know.
Wheezy again. He was a Jag the first 2 games. He was a force against the Bears, and that's a change of
That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Go look at his snap percentages and his pressure percentages in the last game against the Colts. Go look at it. Don't be stupid and just say shit. Read the numbers. Speak with fact.
Yeah, you guys told me pressures are paramount. Like, they're important, right?
Yeah.
So here we go. And here's the thing, too. If he goes a month without a sack, then you can say that, right?
Yeah.
But it depends on who you're talking about,
Well, that's true.
Zadarius Smith has been so good, dude. I don't understand this shit.
Even when he was up inside, he's just an absolute monster.
Right. He was never going to be Hutch, and I think that's what people
That's what they thought they were getting, yeah.
Neil,
he was never going to be Hutch.
You took some bullets for something you shouldn't have taken with Hutch, too. I mean, period, end of story, okay? I'm sorry, you are a victim of your own expectations. You can't control that. But when you're picked number 1 overall, you got to be the man. Period, end of story. And you took some bullets that you should not have taken. Not only from the fans, but from a lot of people here. Because I remember when you said that, my first response was 1,000%. Right. You can't just be very good. You have to be dominant. You're the number 1 pick in the draft, man. It's a cute little story if you're doing something. Rodrigo. Oh my gosh, how about this guy? The 6th round pick. Look what this guy's doing. Well, that's all fine. You are the number 1 pick in the draft. And guess what? We saw it. And so by Hutch showing it, do you know what he did? He made Neil right. He did.
Now don't be doing that to the people, Sean.
He made Neil right. He did. Yes, there was a next level there. Yes, I think there's even more. That's how highly I think of the guy. And speaking of how highly you think of a guy, that's why you go number 1, man. Like, yes, but there's nothing wrong with wanting more. There's nothing. And conversely, for those of you out there that are playing the I want more from the Lions, I understand that as well. I'm cool with that. But at the same time, you don't poo-poo it. You don't go same old Lions, because it's not like Neil said, Hutch sucks. This guy's a bust. You know what he said? He's good. Right? And that was the truth. As 11 is 1, and 1 is good. Was yesterday's win a good win? No, it wasn't. But they're 11-1. Like, calm down.
11-1.
Calm down.
They're 11-1.
Words I never thought would come out of my mouth. Like, even as I'm saying it, the Detroit Lions are 11-1. Okay. Like, no, they're not. They can't be, because it's the Lions, right? I mean.
And Sean, that was a great segue by you. And that's why you're elite at this craft, because it slides in nicely to my next point here in the chat. Uncle Snoop 48213. And I don't know if he's talking with Easy here or what, but so you're comfortable with Vildor trying to guard A.J. Brown in an NFC title game when they need a big play?
Who the fuck said that?
You're cool with that because he had a relatively decent game against the weak-ass Bears. So here's my point about this.
That's just the dumbest rationale I've ever fucking heard.
Spenny, so here's the deal. Guess what, guys? Next week against the Packers,
29 gonna be out there.
There's a great chance that he's gonna figure prominently.
Yep.
There's no one else left. There's no one else left. Like, guys, wrap your heads around this. There's no one else left. No one's coming to save you right now.
Break glass.
This is the ingredients we have to make the meal on Thursday.
Yep.
We got to find a way.
Yep. Break glass in case of emergency.
Would I rather have prime Darrell Revis and prime Deion Sanders out there?
No.
Yeah, no shit. He's playing because the guy was injured. Am I okay with it? Do I think Carlton Davis and Terrion Arnold will be healthy by the time we get to the NFC Championship game? Yeah, I do. So I don't have to worry about the backup being out there. But Kendall Vildor played a good game yesterday.
Yeah.
That fucking pass interference was one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen in my entire life. Egregiously refs trying to fix the game. But it doesn't matter. We won anyways. Kendall Vildor played a good game. Do I want him starting in the Super Bowl for us? No.
Clearly
That's
not.
why you have Terrion Arnold and Carlton Davis as your starters. But when his name was called, he went out there and he took care of business. And what else can you ask for a guy that isn't supposed to be seeing starting snaps? He went out there and he played a game, and he played a good game.
And that's it, Spenny. We just got to keep it consistent. If we're going to tear the guy down every time he does something wrong, when he goes out there and has a good game, we need to give him the same type of credit. And I tried to do that on the morning show because that flag that he accrued late in the game was horrible. It was BS to me. And then the fact that they missed a blatant false start on the Bears' right tackle just shows you, man, it was bad officiating down the stretch. But when the guy goes and plays good, we need to give him the credit for that.
Yep. No, I agree.
And like they said, what other choice do we have?
You guys, we can't continue to go to different practice squads and hope to find something. You might hit once, you might hit twice. Neil, you said this is what we have. This is it. This is how we're finishing the season. And again, this is where I come back. I know we all get caught up in it, and we get caught up in it too. The Lions look so good for a period of time, and you look at that schedule and you go, I don't see them losing a game. Okay? This is the National Football League, man.
That changed quickly, didn't it?
There's attrition. There's the bum game. I brought up the Kansas City Chiefs, the back-to-back Super Bowl champions, lost to the Denver Broncos last year, and not a good Bronco team, and Aiden O'Connell. Like, this happens in the National Football League. And as sure as shit, had they lost that game yesterday, I guarantee you this would have been for, you can't win. You can't win.
Breaking news, Matt Eberflus has been fired. Tom Pelissero, baby. Tom Pelissero with the drop. Thomas Brown will be the interim head coach.
Black Friday had it had to happen. This was the Matt Patricia Bob Quinn type of scenario where it was just like, all right, you got to do something now. You have to do something now.
Think they fired the GM as well?
They should.
Oh, did they fire Ryan Poles too?
They should.
They haven't, yeah.
What are you talking about? He took Caleb Williams.
No, yeah, that's a good point.
How can you fire him? Somebody in the chat said Fox Sports Radio said that he was the best quarterback in the NFL yesterday. So how can you fire the GM that drafted that guy? He's an elite talent evaluator.
No. Somebody said that.
That's what somebody in the chat said. Fox Sports Radio said it last night when they were like listening to a recap.
I might quit watching football. I'm tired.
I think you and I are getting the wrong feed. I think that on our TVs we've been chosen for some kind of study or something like that, and they're showing us something else than they're showing the rest of the country, Sean, because it must be like that. This conversation, real quick, Spenny, let's do the break, and this will be our we'll do this that I got here in the chat, and then we're going to do Michigan, Ohio State, and I got a question for Michigan State fans too, Spenny. Don't think we got to do. Don't think you're skating out of this, by the way, either.
There's one thing that has to happen this year. If you beat Rutgers, it's a successful season. If you don't, it's not. The expectations all year were to make a bowl game.
Do you understand how this business works?
Win, lose.
Apparently you don't, because you just let all the air out of the balloon, and now I'm mad at you.
Good job, Spinny.
Do you want me to tell them about KDK Law?
Yeah.
No, let's do it then. KDK Law, Kevin and Catherine, right here in Birmingham. Look, guys, we're joking and everything and having some fun and some laughs. But if you're going through divorce, child visitation, child custody, family law, all that stuff, man, that really makes Thanksgiving suck. Kevin and Catherine, KDK Law, they have 24/7 availability. They have over 10 years experience in the game as well. You need the result that you have to have, and Kevin and Catherine can do that for you because you need excellence on your side. Scan the QR code on your screen right now. If you mention Woodward Sports, KDK Law will pay your filing fee. But guys, this isn't about getting a filing fee paid for. I'm just being real with you right now. This is about getting the result that you have to have. We're talking about your money. We're talking about your children. We're talking about all of it. Right here, Birmingham, KDK Law. They'll have your back.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Are you overdue for a new car? Beat the holiday rush and get amazing deals from Les Stanford Chevrolet. Right now, a Blazer EV 2LT with all-wheel drive is only $149 a month, or check out the Equinox EV LT for only $169 a month. Get to Les Stanford today or click the QR code on the screen and check out our massive inventory. Don't forget, Les Stanford has Cadillac, Buick, and GMC as well. Les Stanford in Dearborn and Ferndale. LesStanford.com.
Keeping it pushing, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Breaking news: the Chicago Bears have fired Matt Eberflus. So that's the end of that.
Another one bites the dust.
You know what? Salute to him though. Yeah, rest in peace.
Yep.
Give it. Hey,
I got
give
you.
one to Matt Eberflus.
I got you. I'm gonna give you the whole song, man. This is a joyous occasion. The Lions did it again, people.
It had to happen, even if he didn't fall on the grenade yesterday, which
He was screwed either
convinced
way.
he did.
Yeah.
It had to happen.
It was screwed either way. He
wasn't.
looked like the deer in headlights. Like that look at the end of the game was the icing on the cake.
It was the 1,000-yard stare. It really was.
Yeah.
It was. There was nothing there. That had to happen. This has been, I think, building for a year. You know, if you remember, if you watched the Bears down the stretch last year, and it became vividly apparent to everybody that you know, yet another one of their future all-pro quarterbacks wasn't going to work there. There's no doubt about it. Was it suddenly going to work with a rookie quarterback? It wasn't going to suddenly work with a rookie quarterback. And again, Neil, how people put too much into that made-for-television show blows my mind. Every year I watch people, man, did you watch Hard Knocks? No, actually, I haven't watched it in years. Oh, you should watch this. Man, I'm telling you, Jaguars are good. Like, you know, as sure as I'm sitting here, you're going to have those conversations. What the hell are you talking about? There's like a disease throughout that whole franchise. No, man, I watched Hard Knocks. Well, hey, who am I to argue with Hard Knocks? It's unbelievable. Every freaking year you see that. Neil, all three of us talked about that in the summertime. I cannot believe it's made for television, you guys. It's made for television. It's not real. I know you think you saw what Detroit Lion training camp looks like or a Bear training. You didn't. It's not real. They know the cameras are on. There. I'm sorry. I pulled back the curtain. The Wizard's a little old bitch.
Fair enough. Woodward Sports chat thread. Burn in the chat. Can we shout out Terrion Arnold? Bro played clean and no one's giving him credit. No, it's just it was acceptable and that's it. Just acceptable.
3 interceptions.
Yeah. Where were his interceptions? Burn. Where was his fumble recoveries? Burn. Shout him out for what?
The kid gets flagged, doesn't get flagged one game.
Yeah, now all of a sudden we want to celebrate. Answer 14, happy Thanksgiving, Neil, Sean, Spenny, KG, the all Woodward Sports crew. Never give up. Never give in. Go Lions.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, bro.
No doubt about it.
Damn, he gone.
Okay. That kind of threw a change up here to everything.
Yeah.
Can we have the uncomfortable discussion right now then?
Absolutely.
Who are the Bears going to hire? You got a quarterback that you think is great, that Tony Romo says is the best. This is real, guys. This starts now.
To be real, Chicago is a destination. It is.
100% it is.
Yeah.
The only difference I would say is I think Ben has enough cachet that if he doesn't want to go to a disastrous situation, because it's still a disastrous situation, maybe he doesn't have to.
Yeah.
But this kind of reminds me back in the day, and it never happened for him. But sorry, I'm hearkening back to yesteryear. Norv Turner was the hot name.
Mm-hmm.
Norv Turner back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh, offensive genius and everything. He went from Dallas to Washington.
Yeah.
Which is unheard of. You don't go from Detroit to Chicago to Detroit. If the Bears were an intelligent franchise, and nobody, including the most diehard Bear fan, is going to suggest that they are. If the Bears are an intelligent franchise, they say, what do you want to come here, Ben Johnson? We just spent a shitload of money on our franchise quarterback. We really believe in this guy. We have to unlock his potential. We have to put him in positions of comfortability. I would open the vault for Ben Johnson if I were the Bears.
There's no other move to me.
Yeah.
There's no other move.
I don't know if Ben Johnson necessarily wants that. If he does want to go there, it's probably like a second or third on his list. I don't think that's like
I agree. I don't think he has to.
Destination. And then is Ryan Poles going to stick around? He's as much a part of this as anybody else.
How lucky has Ryan Poles been? Like, how much would we be more critical would we be if the Panthers didn't end up being so bad they ended up giving Chicago the #1 overall draft pick in a second year in a row? Like they locked into that.
Sports is a weird place, man.
Yeah.
You profit from so much ish that you don't have control over. Like it's wild to me. Dante 151. I'd laugh my butt off if the Bears decided to bring back Matt Nagy because that would be so Bears.
That's crazy.
Also, happy Thanksgiving.
They really went from Matt Nagy to
No, there have not been reports. Don't say things like that.
Hey, he over there with the Chiefs, man. When you be with the Chiefs, your situation can change.
People were giving Cliff Kingsbury some love for his offensive work with the Washington earlier in the year.
Isn't it weird though? Like for all the names, there's always the hot name, right? Like what happened to Eric Bieniemy? Remember a couple of years ago,
he's OC of UCLA.
No,
right now.
I know, but do you understand? You understand my point? There's always that hot name, like this dude's the next guy, and how many of those hot names just kind of disappear? It's so weird, man.
Yeah, they don't pan out most of the time. Decent percentage of the time.
You know who pan out? Shadur Sanders. He just threw an absolute dart. Sorry.
Woodward Sports chat thread. So that's the question I asked then. Will Ben Johnson end up with the Bears? And for me, if I'm Bears ownership, and it's sink or swim with Caleb Williams, right?
Yeah,
like it's sink or swim.
Ryan Poles is on the clock, so that's like you said, that's your only move.
All right, so let's try to put our personal feelings about the Bears aside, okay? And I hate the Bears. I hate the Bears. I cannot put into words how much I hate the Bears. When you look at some of the other jobs that might be available, maybe the Bears gig isn't such a bad gig.
Not at all.
No, it's not. But I do have some, inside information. Per sources, Ben Johnson spits on children, so I don't think he's a good head coach candidate.
He wears a Boo Them Kids shirt, Woodward shirt.
Yeah, the per sources, Ben Johnson pushes old ladies down when he's trying to cross the street. So
because they're in the way.
I don't think he's good. I don't think he has the chops to be an NFL head coach.
He came out with a list of the worst pizzas, and he literally put Chicago deep dish, like all in his top 10.
Yep.
It was the entire top 10.
Geno's all of them.
Yeah.
He said the Cubs are trash and Ivy is a stupid plant. So
He said that Conies are so much better than Chicago dogs.
Oh.
We had the idea that, like, if some real diehard Lions fans want to group together and legally change their name to Ben Johnson just to make it that much harder to find him. You're like an I Am Spartacus type situation.
He once said he could never live in Chicago because of all the toll roads.
Yeah.
And it's just an
Now
absolute...
that I believe. That probably is the case.
he actually, this is unconfirmed, but allegedly he told Jameson Williams to throw the ball at that guy's face. He was like,
I believe
if
it.
this happens, you hit him in the face with the ball. So I don't think he's head coaching material. He'll just have to stay in Detroit and be the offensive coordinator for the rest of his life.
Damn.
Keitho says Ben isn't going to to an NFC North team.
If the money talks.
That's what I'm saying, guys. Like, that's what I'm saying. Sean,
Norv Turner was never going to go to the Cowboys' biggest rival.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? These coaches will look at every situation and say, what is the best situation for me to have success as quickly as I can?
And he is a bit snobby in terms of situation, but if the right bag got through at him, I mean, I love Ted DiBiase. He's one of my favorite wrestlers ever. He once said, everybody has a price.
And
everybody's got to pay.
There are reports that Ben Johnson was in charge of the Thanksgiving Day show last year with Jack Harlow. That's why it was so terrible.
he fought for Jack Harlow to be at the halftime show.
And Matt Eberflus was in charge of getting Shabuzi here, so that's why it was so good. So I mean, Matt Eberflus obviously better head coaching candidate than Ben Johnson.
All right.
Yeah.
All you can do is go by what your sources tell you.
Yeah, he also hates puppies.
Why would you want to hire a coach that kicks dogs off of bridges?
Yeah,
why would you do
I
that?
like having these conversations in real time, though, because, like, honestly, the more I think about it, maybe the Bears are the best option for him.
At this point, yes. But that Eagles job.
I heard Ben Johnson is an avid Drake fan who still says that Kendrick Lamar did not win the beat. So I don't know if it's head coaching material.
He gave him advice on the lawsuits.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Ben Johnson is also a filing attorney for the Drake lawsuits.
Yep.
There you go. What do you got, Chase?
I'd say if Ben Johnson was so dead set on getting a head coaching job, I think if he waited a few weeks, he could go to maybe Cincinnati and work with those weapons on that offense.
Just wait. Just wait.
Yeah.
Here's this too. So just so everybody knows, to give you kind of the lay of the land, Andy Reid's the highest paid coach right now. It's roughly 5 years, $100 million. So he's making $20 million per.
Yep.
Next up, Sean Payton for some reason makes $18 million a year.
It's because the Broncos.
Mike Tomlin makes $16 million.
I mean, he's doing a great job.
Jim Harbaugh makes $16 million. Sean McVay makes $15 million. So that you tell me if you roll up and here's 6 at 15, guaranteed.
Fully guaranteed.
And it's
$90 million.
And it's not the worst situation. It's not.
And you got Caleb Williams.
I heard two things actually come out of different camps. These are both alleged. One is Ben Johnson has been on record saying the 3 coaches he would mold his coaching style after are Matt Patricia, Monty Williams, and Urban Meyer. So I don't know if it's great head coaching material. And then the second one is there are rumblings in camp that Ben Johnson said he would just make sure he signs the guaranteed contract, tank the first year on purpose to get fired and come back to the Lions. So I don't know if you want to commit your time to that.
I also just want to state a fact here. Matt Nagy is obviously a more intriguing candidate because he's won Super Bowl.
You're familiar with him?
Yeah.
I heard he's a big Boeing guy too. Like he makes sure anybody says anything about Boeing, he points them out.
Yeah. The more reasons you guys give me as to why he might not go there, like Chase, I got to be honest with you. Like, you bring up a good point about the Bengals, right? But Ben Johnson also has studied these defenses multiple times the last couple of years. There's familiarity. He knows all the personnel. He might not know the personnel as better, and it's just there are reasons that make me. If I were the Bears, okay, let's be honest for just a second. All of your, and I'm not pooh-poohing your reporting.
Yes.
Your sources are
Ironclad.
documented. Ironclad.
Yes.
If you were, would you call Ben Johnson?
I'd call him tomorrow.
I'd call him today.
Yeah.
No doubt. I'd probably call him before we fired you.
Yeah.
I just want to give you the heads up.
on the sideline.
We're going to be firing Eberflus in 5 minutes, but we wanted to tell you first. Like, I literally, I call Ben Johnson.
If I'm Ryan Poles, I would have been waiting in the Lions locker room for Ben Johnson to walk in. Right. Like, hey,
what's good, bro?
No, I think the best candidate's sitting in Chicago. It's Sean Gruden. That's their obvious choice.
Yeah.
Chucky, yeah.
Coach Ditka, maybe he's got one last kick at the can. You know, honestly, it's we better get prepared for it, boys.
I think some of your sources are in the Woodward Sports chat thread as well. So there are some people, they are not naming their sources also. Answer 14, Ben Johnson never puts his shopping cart back at the grocery store.
It's true.
It's a dick move.
It is true.
It's a window into your soul is what it is.
Mark,
there's no penalty for not doing it. There's no reward for doing it.
There's a window into your soul for that. Yeah, bad guy.
Mark said Ben Johnson was at Diddy parties.
Yeah.
Well, I can.
Now, easy. I'm not going to put that on the man.
I can verify.
Spenny, it's desperate times call for desperate measures, right, Spenny?
I seen him walk in the door.
The heavyweights have run 2 successful smear campaigns of Ben Johnson already. So we got to try again.
Yeah, and
I told you, Neil, some of your favorite people.
Yeah, we're there.
Hey, I'm going to tap into some of my sources, and maybe I can help you out.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that.
I can do that.
I'd appreciate that.
Oh, man. You guys are getting out of pocket in the chat, by the way. Some of these I'm not reading.
You know, there are reports that some say it was because LeBron was his father, but Ben Johnson had a big role in the Lakers drafting Bronny James in the first round.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Ben Johnson pretends he left his wallet at home when the check comes at the restaurant.
Yep.
No, he just walks
That's a Neil
out.
Rule staple, right
He
there.
just dine and dashes. He doesn't care. He just walks out.
Ben Johnson is prone to yelling at minimum wage employees at fast food restaurants.
Ben Johnson has Brandon Katz as his attorney.
Yeah. Ben Johnson is also known to, when he sees cars trying to pass him on the freeway, he speeds up.
Oh my God, that is such a dick
He don't
move.
use the zipper method.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't believe it. He's a zipper method denier.
Yeah,
absolutely.
A truther, actually.
All right, let's.
Ben Johnson
one of my
does
kids'
toilet
friends
paper from the bottom, not over the top.
Oh God!
One of my kids' friends said that they were trick or treating in Ben Johnson's neighborhood, and he was handing out candy corn.
Yeah.
He literally
and peanut butter kisses gave you a choice.
Yeah,
he rolls
would you
under,
like some
not
candy
over.
corn, or I got some pennies here for you?
Your
So,
choice.
Again, if that doesn't tell you what he is, man,
Yeah.
you might want to think twice.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, Michigan Ohio State play tomorrow.
Really?
Which I didn't even know that till I saw the commercials for it. So we'll discuss it. Let the fans watch.
The Watch Party. Make sure you check them out. Live at Hey Social.
Hold on, Ben Johnson calls everyone chief.
Ben Johnson does
That's a worse.
The Watch Party and the post-game show live from Hey Social. Next week, it's going to be on a Thursday. So I believe it's going to be you and Sean doing the Watch Party and me and Easy doing the pregame show because it's Thursday night. So it'll be heavyweights during the pregame show. Anyway,
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. But the Watch Party and the postgame show are going to be live at Hey Social, presented by New Holland Brewing Company, Sabbath Coffee Roasters, Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza, and 1800 Tequila. Make sure you come out. It's going to be a lot of fun. It always is a great time.
This holiday season, recharge with the Planet Fitness Black Card for just $1 down and $24.99 a month. So instead of fighting a stranger over a T-Rex, bring a friend for free and work out on the TRX. Instead of freezing in line for a deal, relax with some hydro massage feels. Instead of in-laws in your face,
Did you hear the owl?
get some space at any of our 2,600 locations with the PF Black Card. Just $1 down, $24.99 a month. Deal ends Friday, December 6th.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. Detroit sports. Make sure you listen to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz next 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network.
We've already told you Soroki's is taking over Michigan. Check out their Fenton and Heartland locations today. Heartland on December 12th. They're having their grand opening event. And Fenton will be December 5th from 4 to 8 p.m. Enjoy giveaways, a chance to win free Soroki's for a year, and the cheapest gas in the state. Come out and enjoy the food, fun, and unbeatable deals at Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza.
All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Sean Belizean, KG, Spencer Raxter, Chase is here, Young Justin's here. All of you are here in the Woodward Sports chat thread. We appreciate you tapping into the show, especially on Black Friday. Shop.woodwardsports.com. WSN10, 10% off your order. So get the Boo Them Kids shirt for you out there.
Win a Super Bowl, I don't care. I told you, I'm done. Like, I'm checking out. Ben, go take a job. AG, go take a job. Like, I'm being deadly serious. I swear on this. I'll never bitch about this franchise again, ever. I'm done. I've spent too much of my life bitching about this franchise. One Super Bowl, that's all we need.
I
One.
agree.
That's it. I'm done. As God is my witness, you'll
Well,
never
they might
hear me
not
bitch
win by
about it.
enough
That
in the Super Bowl.
I don't care if they win by a point. Just one Super Bowl. Ben, go get your bag. Do what you need to do. AG, go get your bag. Dan Campbell, retire. One. That's all I want. Just one. That's it. Just one. I swear. I swear. I just want one. That's it. Let it be this year, and best of luck. Don't let it become a distraction, because guess what? If we're talking about it, people elsewhere are talking about it. They're talking about it in circles. They're having these conversations. The guys are probably whispering about it. They are not the androids that people think they are. No, man, they're just they're focused on the Green Bay Packers. Bullshit. No, that stuff goes around. I've heard guys talk about stuff. So just do what you need to do to put it on the back burner and focus on the task at hand, and that's continuing this process of being the best team in the National Football League.
All right, Michigan, Ohio State.
Yeah.
Noon. Big noon kickoff.
Who's calling that game?
Oh, is it Gus Johnson?
Gus Johnson!
Donovan Edwards!
I'm not a circus
The
clown.
world famous!
You're not so.
The All-American girl, Jenny Tan.
There it is. Play the hits, damn it. Play the hits. That's what the people came here to see.
And Don!
There it is. There it is.
Gonna be a whole lot of furniture moving here today.
Dude, you called
Dance
me
for me,
yesterday.
boy.
I catch you every day.
No, you dropped one in the first segment, and it came completely unexpected, and I just fell to the ground.
Ohio State, 19.5-point favorites over the defending national champions. Michigan trying to improve to 7-5 on the season. Ohio State trying. What?
Just how you said that. It's like the tone is so real.
Yeah.
KG, tell me about it. Where are you guys at with
Dance
it?
for me, boy. I mean, where else we supposed to be for it? I mean,
Where are you at with it? For real?
Hopefully they cover the spread.
Well, it's
That didn't sound real convincing.
And listen, realistically, I mean, there is technically a path to victory, but the chances of it are very slim.
All right, let me try it this way. I'm gonna go. Are they gonna run it up as much as you all fear deep down inside?
No,
I think
because
they are.
if they do, then I feel like Sharon Moore, you got some questions to answer because you got to get up for this game. Like,
Well, no,
you can't get destroyed.
He's beat
in the
Ryan Day
horseshoe.
already.
Yeah. Well, anyway, you can't get destroyed in
Wait,
the
well,
horseshoe.
no. You don't get to do the anyway.
Yeah.
That was part
Yes,
of the thing
I
when he
do.
got the job.
Okay.
Well, he beat Ryan
coached
Day
3
already.
games and he had a playbook from Jim Harbaugh. We all know. All right, that's 2023. I'm talking about this year.
That's not what the photo on the back wall showed on the morning show.
Oh my God, Chase is it? We got another. We got another one.
I mean, I said that at the beginning of the season. And
Said
when
what?
I said to pick
That this was always going to be a wash?
No. When I said we were 9-3, Sharon Moore is not
Love out of
proven
context.
because of the fact that Jim Harbaugh made the playbooks and coached the teams during the week leading up to all those games he coached. But with this game, like KG said, like there is a path to victory. They're on multiple backup offensive linemen. You still have elite defensive linemen. The only way that it happens is if there is maximum havoc and Will Howard has zero time to throw all game.
So what would you put the percentages at to the Michigan fans? If I were to ask you, what is the percentage chance that you think Michigan could win this game?
2.
I'd say,
10.
I mean, with the weather conditions, probably around 20-25%.
10 to 15, and I still feel like I'm being generous.
10's a good number because they got really excited for just a 10-point loss. They
Here
were
you
getting
go.
really worked up on the morning show.
Dude.
And they're like, wait, I think it's going to be a 10-point game. And I asked, like,
Is that good enough?
Out of
I
context.
lost by 10 points?
There we go, KG.
No, for real though. Like that's going to be a win, right?
I mean,
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, does it? Like I said, they just can't
That's
get
gross.
destroyed.
I'm sorry, that's
'Cause
gross.
if-
That's sickening.
What are we supposed?
That's absolutely sickening.
Michigan has no expectation.
These guys are a shit show. They're a shit show, okay?
Yeah.
Whether we want to admit it or not, Spenny, you and I haven't talked about this. I've seen regression this year.
Yeah.
Not progression. I've seen regression. I wanted to vomit out of my nostrils when we lost to you.
Yeah.
It didn't
Well,
matter
listen.
It didn't matter if it was by 4 points. It didn't matter by 6 points. I'm sorry. That's gross. Listen. I say this with respect to you guys. That's the best rivalry in college football.
Yeah.
Period. End story.
And you're right.
There is no possible world where in any way, shape, or form that could be considered some kind of victory by losing to 10 to your biggest rival
That's
in
not
the
true.
greatest rivalry in
but
sport.
listen, fandom and reality are two different things. As a fan, of course, I want Michigan. I'm not rooting for Ohio State. I want Michigan to go in there and win. But as a realist, I realize the deck is stacked against you severely, especially based
and I'm
on
glad
what's
to hear
happening.
you say that, but losing by 10 is never okay.
No, it's not, but it's better than losing by 40. If they lose by 40, Sharon ain't got the locker room. If you can't get up for this
But
game.
he beat them
it
last
is-
year.
But listen, there is nobody expects Michigan to win this game at all. All the pressure is on Ohio State. If they go in here and F this up, there's going to be way more questions about that. Nobody's expecting us to win. Not a soul.
All right, let me take
Ryan
a
Ermanni
crack
is.
at this.
Well, besides Ryan Armani,
Well, he
you are
guaranteed
correct.
it, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
CK in the chat said Michigan by 10. What do you got?
Great.
I'm already
Yes, sir. You with the Michigan hoodie on.
Yes, thank
That
you.
goes to Western.
Yes,
All right.
thank you. Appreciate it. Anyway, this season's already a disappointment. It's already in the track.
No, it was always going to be a wash, so you can't say it like
Yeah,
that.
after the first 5
But I'm not
games, I
saying
said
it's a
that.
wash. I'm saying it's a disappointment. If it was a wash, I would be middle about it. I wouldn't care, but I care. I want us to go into Ohio State and put up a good game. I hope that we do. I think there's a good chance that we at least play a 10-point game. But the thing is, I already see the season as a disappointment, so I'm not going to hang my hat on the fact that losing to Ohio State is the nail in the coffin that this season isn't a disappointment. It already is a disappointment.
It's been a disappointment.
Suck. We are ass. We have pissed this season right down our leg.
Oh,
Straight
I'm
up.
okay with a 10-point loss to our biggest rival. I'm sorry.
I don't understand that world,
There's
yeah.
no possible.
What's the
I can't
difference?
accept
Like
that.
I said, if
I
they
can't
go
accept
get
it.
destroyed, that's
You could
something
say,
totally
you could say
different.
there's no difference, but you can't say it's a win.
I can't.
It's not a win.
They just
it's
need to
disappointment
Both
either
said
way.
It was a win.
They got to go in there and compete because the way the team is structured, the way the season is going, Ohio State is expected to go in there and drop a 40 bomb on them.
I mean,
now,
it's
do
gonna-
I think they're capable of that? I don't.
It's going to be a win for me because I'm going to bet on
I don't
Michigan
think
with
this
the spread.
offense
So
is
I'm
either.
going to win a bunch of money. So
KG,
that's why
I
it's
don't
going to
think
be a
this
win for me.
offense-
Ryan Day has a chance to Ryan Day. If you keep this game close or at least in vicinity, Ryan Day has a chance to implode.
This isn't like what was it, 2019, where it was 62-39 or
Yeah.
whatever it was. This isn't like that.
It's not that.
This isn't a prolific Ohio State team like that. And yes, it's Ryan Day as well. But with that being said, I wouldn't at all be surprised if this is like 38-10 and he goes full bore the last to stretch
3
it out
minutes.
to honestly,
3-minute punching touchdown.
I'm
But that's
punching
what
one more to
everybody
make it
is expecting.
45-10. That wouldn't surprise me.
That's
at all.
what everybody is expecting. So
Yeah.
for me to get up here and say if they cover the spread, I mean it is what it is. Yeah, I'm not happy that they didn't win, but
Okay.
it is what it is. What are we supposed to root for at this
Well,
fucking point?
KG, because you told me it was always going to be a wash
Yeah,
anyway.
after substantial evidence
So
was put out,
it
I
doesn't
said
matter to
that.
you what happened.
Mr. Out of Context, ha ha, yet again. Like this was all I said that.
I can only
after
go by what
video
you told me.
evidence was stated that this was not going to be a good season. That's when I said that. I didn't say that at week 1. I didn't say that.
You know what's weird?
He mixed it in mid-sentence. Can we call a timeout and just give him some love? How do you? Because at least you'll begin your sentence with "ha ha," but funny. He's in the middle of a sentence and he dropped ha. All right.
It was elite.
There you go.
It was elite.
I learned from the best.
You're on the clock.
Okay, here's a question I have, right?
Yeah.
So when I look up Harbaugh's record against Ohio State, he goes down in the books as 3-5 against Ohio State. But you guys told me Sharon Moore beat Ohio State last year. So who gets that win?
Oh, my God. Clearly, Sharon Moore, he was on the field. Jim Harbaugh assisted
So he was 2-5
him.
then.
Clearly, Jim Harbaugh was
See,
pulling the
AI
strings
thinks he's
behind
3-5.
But the coach on the field was Sharon Moore. He won that football game. I mean, you can say what you want, bro. Yes, they gave him the game plan, but you still got to go out there and fucking execute. Like, what are we talking about? Why are we still talking about 2023?
I kind of feel like it's 97 all over again because you're getting 2 wins over Ohio State for one game, kind of like you think there was 2 national titles in 97.
Say what you want, man. You got it. You got it, big dog.
I compared last year's, like, if Justin and I were brothers, like Jim Harbaugh is big brother. He was playing ball in the house. He broke something, and right as mom and dad are about to walk in the corner, he hands the playbook, and aka the bat or whatever, into Justin's hand, little brother, and he's the one who's like going to get all the blame. In that case, they won, so we got the credit for the love. But like that's what it was. He just got to ride on coattails.
Yeah, I mean, it's just apparently there's a record for 2 wins over Ohio State last year. Sharon Moore gets one.
He was
Sean,
the
why do you
coach
have that
on the
look on
field.
your face?
Was he not the coach on the field? We clearly Jim Harbaugh was Geppetto. He was
Explain
pulling all the
yourself.
string.
AI seems to think.
I was told by AI.
Well, let's wait till AI can be a radio host, and then I'll take shit from AI, like I take shit from Neil.
Yeah, they're gonna put you out of
That's
work, Neil.
outstanding.
They can copy the tone.
All right.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Chuck, Neil talks more about Michigan this year than when Michigan won a natty. That's all you need to know. Well, no, I'll talk about it again next year because Bryce Underwood's coming and the national championship's loading. That's what I was told.
Yeah.
Right?
Multiple.
I mean, that's the expectation. You
I heard a local person say multiple. They're going to win multiple nationals.
All right, fair enough.
Guys, look.
I don't know if I'll be calling for it next year, maybe the year
like
after.
I said, whatever people do with their fandom, it is what it is. But there's a stark difference between being a fan and having and being real about the situation.
Danny G, I'll do this when we get back real quick. We'll do this break real quick because this is what you guys always do. Like, I can't talk Michigan, Ohio State when you guys are 20-point underdogs because the questions always go to Michigan State. Well, we're going to check in with the Spartans. What about Michigan State? Because the whataboutism's real with you guys.
I did. I did.
Yeah. And
right in the middle of that conversation.
I have a very simple question for Spenny when we come back. Very simple.
I think I know the question.
Planet Fitness, everybody live at the Planet Fitness studio. Planet Fitness was on jam this morning. Everybody had to run all that gravy off. That's why I was there. I went in. I did a 5-miler this morning. I felt guilty. I got loose yesterday a little bit. Let's just say it like that. But hey, Planet Fitness, guys, you're going to be packing on some LBs over the holidays. You got to keep that workout routine on point, and you could do it because there's over 50 Planet Fitness locations around the Metro Detroit area. Black Card membership, $24.99 a month. Some people out there, you know them. You may be one of them. You're paying $70, $80, $90 a month for a gym membership to lift the same weights. What are we doing here, guys? Planet Fitness has everything you need. Tons of cardio equipment, tons of weights, 30-minute circuit if you're pressed for time, stretch zones, all of it, everybody. Planet Fitness, they are the best gym in the gym game. I've been with them over 3 years. I'll never be a member at another gym. It's Planet Fitness. Go to planetfitness.com or just pull in the parking lot. You can join there as well. Planet Fitness. Don't pay more money to lift the same weights.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall to wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only in Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Neil Rule here for our injury insider, Dr. Jeff Pierce. He visits us every Tuesday on Big D Energy, every Thursday with Ermanni and Edwards, courtesy of the Michigan Sports and Spine Center and MRI of Southfield. We talk breaking sports news injuries. He gives you tips and pointers in your everyday life. If you're a weekend warrior, like a lot of us, he got Spenny and I straight on some stretching stuff. It was electric. He can do the same for you. Scan the QR code on the screen. We'll talk to him this Tuesday, as a matter of fact. Lots of Lions stuff to talk about, unfortunately. Dr. Pierce, our injury insider. It's Friday, right?
Yes. Yep.
Final segment on a Friday. We did it, everybody. Big D Energy,
shit.
Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Sean, what?
Nothing.
Sean Belesian, KG, Spencer Raxter, Chase, young Justin in the building as well. Some activity in the chat, right?
Yeah. While we were going to break, I just threw in my 2 cents. I said Michigan fans are the definition of yeah, but. And a very quick reply from Copacetic Sushi at Chase. Yeah, but when was the last time Sparty won a natty?
He got you with that one, Chase.
I mean, they won 3 of them in the 60s,
about Sparty.
right?
I'm a Chippewa. I went to Central Michigan. So
that's my thing, too. Like, I went to Oakland. I just tell you what I see.
I've said this forever, whether they want to admit it or not. It doesn't matter. So many of you guys move the goalposts anyway. I mean, it's just I had conversations with living, breathing organisms in that 3 years of dominance from Mark D'Antonio, where they won 2 Big Ten titles, and I had people tell me Big Ten titles don't mean anything. Okay, cool. Let's move on.
Discipler 22, Neil, Will Johnson is not playing tomorrow for Michigan. Yeah, he made a business decision. He ain't sticking around for that shit. Smart man.
I don't blame him.
He'd be dumb to
Don't
play.
blame him
It's
in any
over
way,
with.
shape, or form.
Why would he come back to this?
Shout out to Colston Loveland and Mason Graham for doing it.
Spenny.
They're stupid.
They got to win, right? Michigan State?
Yeah, you have to, or the season's a failure.
Where are you at with Aiden Childs?
He needs to be better. He didn't have a good season.
What's your concern meter?
I would say about...
I'm probably more concerned than you are.
I would say about 30%, 35%,
yeah.
because he is young and he makes stupid decisions that young quarterbacks make. I would have liked to see him progress throughout the season.
Don't watch Bryce Underwood next year.
Yeah, that's true. I would have liked to see... Well, Bryce Underwood was a different level prospect than
catching strays,
Aiden Childs, but I would have liked to see Aiden Childs progress throughout the season and show growth, but he didn't that much, so that's where it goes from a 10% concern to a 30% concern, but I expect him to be better next year.
And that's where it was with me. Like, okay, like you can deal with it. Yeah, but when it keeps happening, then there's a problem. And Sean, I have real concerns about the guy.
No, you know what? I called it the cult of Childs a couple months ago, and it's the same conversation. It's like, yeah, but he's 19. Okay, great. But what are you seeing right now? Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, but look at all the potential. Okay, but what are you seeing right now? It's okay to say that this kid didn't come as advertised, and I need to throw this in again. When you're getting paid $833,000, man,
life is different.
It's different.
Mm-hmm. You got to perform.
You're not the bright-eyed, bushy-tailed little 19-year-old newbie on campus. No, that it's different. It's a different ballgame. There are expectations there. So,
he single-handedly lost us multiple games this season 100%. By turning the ball over.
That's it.
The BC game to me was
100% on
egregious.
100% on him.
Yeah.
That's when it went like this. It went, okay, I'm done with he's 19. I'm done with he's shown moments. And sadly, as I said in the last segment, they've regressed this year. Across the board, they've regressed.
Yeah.
To be as non-competitive as they were against Illinois, really, like, that hit me.
Yeah.
And that game last Friday was awful. It was unwatchable. It really was. It was an unwatchable football game. So, do I expect them to win tomorrow? No, I don't. I'd love to be wrong.
Cody.
No. I was about to say, look how cordial this conversation is.
Yeah. I mean,
well, because they're accepting reality.
Yeah, and so did we.
Like that's a difference here.
I get hella tone when I accept reality.
Like Skydog 722. Yeah, national champs suck ass if you say so. Bro, you're 6-6 loading.
Yeah, we suck ass.
It's over. Like the national championship is over.
Done.
Yeah, it's done.
It's done.
We had our jollies the first. I ain't even ride it the whole season.
No.
It was the first couple weeks. Yeah, I rolled my jollies on that. Then it is what it is.
Show,
but I get a big dose of tone when I'm realistic. So it is what it is.
What do you mean?
I was told.
What do I mean? Auburn.
LSU needs to make a bowl game.
That's what I mean.
That's my expectations is they need to make a bowl
That's
game.
where I was at with it.
So if they don't win,
failure.
It's a failure. If they win, it was a successful season. Not how I want it to be successful. I would have loved to, like Sean said, not throw 4 interceptions against Boston College and win that game so you don't have to win against Rutgers the last game of the year. I would have loved to beat Michigan. Didn't. That sucks.
And those are the reasons why this is where my path will go different from maybe, and I don't want to put you guys, I'm going to use you as an example. If they finish 6-6, there's no way in Hades I'm going to call this a successful season because of the reasons that you just mentioned.
Yeah.
I can't. I didn't see a team go like this and build, okay? I saw a team do a whole hell of a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't make me positive about next year. And a lot of the questions that I didn't have for one Jonathan Smith, all of a sudden a couple questions have popped in, Spenny, and I'd be lying if I said otherwise.
Yeah. I mean, the offensive line needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
You need to transfer portal or get some top recruits in there because they're terrible. But it comes down to Jonathan Smith and Aiden Giles. Like every other football game, 90% of what happens comes down to the head coach and the quarterback.
Yep.
So you got to go out there and you got to make plays, and they haven't.
All right, Copacetic Sushi, Big D Energy into overtime right now. You're right. Let's get out of here. For Sean Belizean, for KG, for Spencer Raxter, Young Justin, and Chase Neil Rule, thanks for tapping in. Woodward Sports Network. Well, have a great weekend, by the way, everybody. Well, see you later.